one time so they can hear us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Drew Doherty. I am the co-founder of Cold Meal Productions. Sitting across the table from me is Bobby Rolls, co-founder of Cold Meal Productions. And between us is RJ Jock, the newest member of Terrible People. He'll be here from now on, as often as he can be. And he is a graphic designer and my boss. So welcome back, RJ. And this is Bobby, Drew, and RJ are Terrible People.
Are we gonna change the title too?
Well, he's here. We can't just have special guests every time. That'd be weird. That's like whenever in Three's Company it said special guest Don Knotts. You know,
Yeah,
he's in every episode.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like
Yeah, but he's in every episode.
Shotgun Mike is in every episode, and we don't
He
get
gets
him.
no mention.
Yeah, like we mentioned him the first day, and that was it.
So what are you saying? We shouldn't mention RJ at all?
No, I'm saying we need to put a credit in for Shotgun Mike. It should be Bobby, Drew, RJ, and Shotgun Mike are Terrible People.
Why is Shotgun Mike a villain?
Because he's a microphone. Probably because he's a microphone.
So where do we put the camera in the credits?
We're not filming it, so.
Well, no, but we
Oh,
filmed
yeah.
things, have we not?
We have filmed things. So
where does the camera go in the credits?
I guess we could throw it in there somewhere.
What's the camera's name?
What is the camera's name?
I don't know. It's your camera. You got
How about
name
Nick Cannon?
it. Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
All right, show's over. Bye.
Did you hear that he and Mariah Carey are probably going to get a divorce?
Yeah, I heard that. That was frightening.
How do you feel about that, RJ?
I don't really have much of an opinion on that. I honestly, I can give a shit less whether Nick Cannon lives or dies.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't care for him either.
Man, if those two
He's
lovers
never really
come
done
together-
anything that you know did anything for me. So
Not a fan of Wildin' Out.
That was okay. A few comedians got their start there, which I respect. Cat Williams. Nobody would know who the fuck Cat Williams was, but for a while now.
I don't know, dude. I feel like the Friday After Next movie probably put him over.
Cat Williams?
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that Wild 'N Out probably came first.
I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure that's like what discovered Cat Williams. We got smartphone asshole over here.
Yeah, dude, RJ, look it up. He's our fact checker, dude.
Is he?
That's awesome.
I don't know what the hell he is or why he's here. Just here to combat everything I try to say.
So while he's looking that up, we all went to go see Primus and the Chocolate Factory tonight.
That's true.
That was an amazing show.
That was wild.
shit, yeah.
That was good. It's the best time I've ever seen Primus. It was the best Primus show I've ever seen.
How many other times have you seen Primus?
I've seen Primus 3 times. This
Okay.
was the 4th time. And this was the best time.
We'll put it over the top for you.
Well, I really liked that they had the cello and the xylophone going.
Oh, dude, the xylophone, dude.
That was too cool.
That was cool.
And I'm a big fan of Les Claypool's side projects when he gets those guys up there and does goofy shit with them. And to see him fucking around with Primus like that was just that was great. So like Southbound Pachyderm I wish those guys would have played more Primus songs with them. They only played 3 at the end, or 2 at the end, right? Two.
So,
No,
yeah.
it was Bastards too, so it's 3. But I wish those guys would have played more Primus songs with them because that sounded great with the cello.
Yeah.
Made it very dramatic sounding.
That was my
for me,
first time seeing Primus.
Yeah, that was the best so far for me.
Well, then, lucky me.
Yeah, it was good. RJ, what'd you think of the show?
I thought it was pretty fucking great.
Yeah, it was. Also, Larry Lalonde, the guitarist, sang a song,
Yeah, dude.
and I've never seen him sing.
I want it now, Rude Assault.
He did the Veruca Salt song, and I've never, in my 30 years of them in a band, other than him saying stuff into the mic, I've never seen him sing, and that was fucking great. Like lead vocals, like singing every line.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Very cool.
Coincidentally, that was my least favorite song of the night.
Was it?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs from the movie, and that was like one of the least.
I thought it was. That was my favorite song of the night. I mean, it clearly peaked during the boat ride.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the craziest live visuals I've ever seen. That was fucking awesome.
What was with like the graphics on the screen? Like some of those, I don't know. It's very Windows Media Player, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, some of them for sure.
Well, I mean, they had a visualizer running the whole time, and then just cut in scenes from the movie and kind of had them
Yeah, they do that differently at every show. By the
faded
way.
together.
Yeah, like they don't have like a DVD they play or anything like that. There's like a guy that actually edits it and
Yeah.
mixes it there.
What I did think was cool, that little blues spot at the end with the Oompa Loompa going into the blues store buying a Tarasenko jersey.
Oh, that was great. Yeah. Yeah, you marked out over that.
Yeah, dude, our boy Tarasenko's been tearing it up.
Yeah, that was really cool. But Les Claypool hates sports, so I'm surprised he did that. And maybe he likes hockey now. I don't know. But I have a recording of him, and some guy in his band says something about the local sports team, and Les Claypool gets on the mic and goes, "I don't give a shit about sports." He's like, he's really hateful sounding when he says it. So I was surprised to see that.
Well, it was an Oompa Loompa. It wasn't less. We went into the store and got the jersey.
Totally just had drippage on me. You guys see that?
No, I was wondering what was going on.
Yeah, that was
Maybe you
drippage.
should put your dick away.
Sorry.
Chris just peed on you, dude.
Chris did just pee on me. We can drop Chris's name because he's in Cold Meal.
Yeah, dude.
So if you're in Cold Meal, we can talk shit about you.
Yeah.
Totally get away with it.
How about Blake?
Bag.
Yeah.
Douche.
Did you see him when he came over here yesterday, all looking good and everything?
Sweatpants on.
Yeah, like
Like, oh, I'm so nonchalant.
cat t-shirt.
I thought he did. He had a fucking cat t-shirt. He had cats on his shirt.
Yeah, dude.
Do you wear kitty t-shirts, RJ?
I don't wear graphic t-shirts.
It's not the absence of taste, it's the opposite of taste.
It's true.
What is?
His t-shirt.
His t-shirt and his sweatpants.
Nice. Yeah.
Suck a dick, Blake.
Blake sucks. But what else we do? What else is going on? Went to Burger King? I don't want to talk about that though.
You don't want to talk about Burger King?
Nah, I feel like Burger King experiences are generally universal. I think we all have the same experience at Burger King.
Dude, when I opened that bag to make sure the order was right, like, the smell of those onion rings really hit me hard. They stunk real bad.
You didn't like it?
No, I was not a fan.
I don't like onion rings. I think the only freaks eat onion rings.
Smelled like cock rings. From a guy that doesn't wash his cock.
That's what it smelled like.
That's what it smelled like, RJ. And you ate them. You ate them, dude. It's your problem.
Yeah.
Did you smell them? Are you smell blind?
I know what they smell like.
I got a friend who smells blind. It's weird.
I feel like I could say the same thing though about cigarette smoke.
Oh yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
smell blind to it?
No, it stinks awful.
Oh yeah, it does stink.
It smells like dog crap.
Yeah.
It smells like dried dog crap.
Yeah, dude.
It doesn't
Burned
even
it.
smell like dog crap.
It smells like dried dog crap if you burned it.
It smells like a trailer. That's what it smells like. It smells like a trailer park.
No, dude, trailers smell like trailer glue.
It smells like fucking. It smells like a Leonard Skinner concert. That's what they smell like.
I've never been to a Leonard Skinner concert.
It smells like a couple doing Picture by Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow.
Okay, I know what that smells like.
That's what cigarettes smell like. Smell like that. What else?
What else? What?
Do they smell like?
Oh, I always just thought dog crap.
They don't even. That's nowhere close. Do
It's-
you know what dog crap smells like?
Yeah, but once it dries, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, but
It's a little more mellow and
Why
kind
are
of
you-
smoky.
Why are you waiting around to smell dog shit?
yeah. What the fuck are you doing?
Like, you gotta get right up on dry dog shit to know what that smells like.
Yeah, what are you doing with
You
your
know,
time?
sometimes you just come upon something on the sidewalk and
And you gotta, like, get
Looks-
down on all
looks
fours
like a
and just
rock.
inhale that shit.
looks like a rock, and you pick it up and
And it's not a rock.
you go, "What the hell is that?" And you go, "Oh, it's dog shit."
You're like, I thought this was a cigarette. It's dog shit.
Smelled like a cigarette.
I think you're definitely smell blind, dude.
I mean, it smells so pleasant before you light it up, though, too.
What?
Tobacco.
Yeah.
tobacco
It's a
smells
nice
awesome.
smell until you fucking burn it.
Well,
We should start smoking cloves, dude. Because cloves smell awesome.
I don't want to do that. That's gay.
Yeah, but it tastes good too. Like, I'm not worried about like looking gay. I already look pretty gay.
You think so? What do you do that looks gay?
I got tits.
It's not gay.
They're girly.
There's a difference between effeminate and
Yeah.
homosexual.
I'd fuck a guy in the ass.
Like, you see a girl with big boobs, you don't think she
Wait,
looks
wait,
gay
wait,
as hell.
wait, Drew. Wait a minute. Wait a
What?
minute. That was kind of little bit gay what you
Yeah,
just said.
What are you saying? I didn't even know.
I'd fuck a dude in the ass.
Which dude?
Philip Seymour Hoffman, dude. We've been over this.
Oh, that's right, you would. Yeah.
You have to exhume him though first.
No, I mean like before he died, dude. You haven't listened to all our podcasts.
No, I
Or
haven't.
was that in the in the ones that we did before we started?
No, I think that
releasing?
one's released.
Okay.
I think that one's somewhere out there. I don't know, though. I have no idea. I know that episode 11 has yet to be released because somebody called me lazy on the show. And then they said, I'll take it home and I'll listen to it and I'll fucking edit it. And yeah, what was that, 3 weeks ago?
You know what? I have a life.
You have a life? That's what you say to me on my show?
You know, honestly, the big problem is that
That you don't care?
No, I care.
How much do you care?
Look at his smile. He doesn't. care.
He doesn't give a fuck.
I know it would be easier for me to listen to if I can get onto my damn phone, but I use iTunes Match. So right now I can only get shit onto my phone that iTunes recognizes and syncs up through the cloud, but it doesn't know what the fuck that is.
So,
And it's so long it doesn't want to try.
so you're telling me that a smartphone is slowing down progress for you?
A little bit. I mean, if I can throw it to my phone.
You know, I don't have a smartphone. I've heard the podcast like 3 times already.
If you had a droid, would you be able to do it?
I don't know.
He doesn't even want to answer that.
That's not the issue.
He doesn't
Yeah,
want to
it's not
answer
the
it.
issue.
Are you a Mac fanboy?
Yes, he's the Steve Jobs thing. Remember?
Oh yeah.
He's a Mac.
I'm not fond of the term fanboy. I don't think that describes me at all because
Are you
because
a
I was
loyalist?
a youth. I mean, yeah, sure, I would say that. I was using them before they were fucking, before they got big again.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say before they were cool
I mean,
because
we
that
all
sounds like
were.
an asshole. But
Like we all had that shitty old Mac in our
I loved
Awesome.
my fucking Mac. I was a 50.
running Math Blaster and shit on it.
No, I didn't have anything like that. I had a 5260, which was a one of the larger all-in-ones, with a PowerPC 120 megahertz processor.
Nobody cares, dude. You're speaking Spanish.
I played me some Doom on that shit.
Doom was a tight game.
Kind of look like shit,
Yeah, but dude, we were like 7.
but it's not even a step in the right direction.
How do you mean?
Like for the time, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like you play it now, and yeah, it looks like a bag of dicks, but back then that was the shit. That was the
I
cut.
just never cared about Doom. There was a lot of people in my neighborhood playing Doom, and I did not care. Like, I remember looking at it and going, "That's Doom, huh? Fuck that."
I'll bitch you sometimes, man.
You didn't like the idea of being a space marine on another planet that was actually hell?
Is that what happens?
Yeah, that's the backstory.
Huh. Did they like reveal that, or did they tell you that in the beginning?
I think that's laid out in the there's kind of like a backstory in the instruction manual, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I didn't care about Doom though.
Yeah.
Or Diablo. Didn't care about Diablo either.
I didn't really play. I think I played the demo of Diablo once or twice. I played a lot of demos on my Mac because I didn't have money to buy anything. But I shelled out for Mac Addict magazine once in a while, and they had that came with a CD-ROM that had like a shit ton of free demos on it.
Did I fuck up your computer with malware or anything?
No.
I used to use those free AOL CDs.
No, this came from a reputable publication.
I thought AOL was Time Warner was a reputable publication,
No.
but
What, that would fuck up your computer?
yeah, dude, they'd install all kinds of toolbars and shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. It doesn't matter what I download, even these days, I end up with some weird ass toolbar out of it. Even when I say no toolbar, they give me something.
That's how they get you, dude.
Illuminati.
Better off just not downloading anything.
Illuminati.
Dude, Lethbridge was totally in the Illuminati.
Yeah, what made you say that in the middle of the show?
All those triangles and shit and all that satanic imagery, totally in the Illuminati.
What satanic imagery?
You see that dude sitting in the throne with like the two things coming out of his head? Looked like devil horns. But it was like the back of the chair. It was like claymation.
Yeah.
Satanic imagery.
But that was the villain in that story. The story's about the elephant.
Jumping on the trampoline?
Well, no, that's the graphic they use now, but it's all claymation, the video, and it's about this adorable elephant with wings. And that guy doesn't like him. He's trying to hurt him.
Why?
They don't tell you.
What kind of a shit story is that, dude?
Well, it's, the elephant's okay at the end. He gets away.
It's the kind of story you can tell in the span of a 3.5 minute long music video.
Yeah, he's just a bad guy. I mean, look at him. He's an asshole. He's like slamming his fist down and shit. Only assholes do that.
What motivates fucking Skeletor? Who knows? He's an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Skeletor was a bastard.
Really?
Why?
I'll bet it involves him not being a Skeletor at one time, and then he becomes a Skeletor, and he just decides to be a prick.
Dude, if I was nothing but bones, I'd be a prick too.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be a fucking, I don't understand that about villains. It's like, I'd be a prick if I got disfigured. Like, no doubt about it, but I wouldn't get motivated.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd, like, assemble.
I'd be a
But what if you were like super fucking hot as a dude? Like, what if Skeletor was like as hot as what is his name? Prince Adam?
I don't know.
He-Man's like because He-Man's the alter ego. Oh, okay, I guess I'm the only one here ever watching any fucking.
Yeah, we didn't actually watch
He-Man.
it.
Okay.
Skeletor is.
Yeah. What if
Skeletor transcends it?
What if Skeletor was as hot as He-Man is? And
I don't think He-Man's that hot. That's too much muscle for me.
I think within that universe, he's like a gay icon. Everybody wants to be with He-Man. Fucking
I don't want to be
Man of Arms and
I don't want to be
Manny faces and
like I just told you, I'd fuck
that
you,
fucking
and I don't
ghost
wanna
with the big zero on his shirt.
Like I just
Who
told
the
you.
fuck was that? Who was the ghost with the big zero on his shirt?
His name's like Ortho or something.
Huh.
I don't know that. Odo. I don't know. He's like a pink. He's like a pink ghost. He's got like a wizard's hat, and he floats and shit. I mean, he's probably not a ghost, but he's like a levitate. He looks like a fucking ghost. He's like dressed like a wizard. He has no face, but he has eyes.
What if he's just a wizard?
That's probably what he is.
That's just how we perceive.
But he doesn't have any face though, apart from his eyes.
Yeah, but he could be like interdimensional.
Isn't it
And like
weird?
that's how we perceive him in this dimension.
But isn't it strange that people that are obviously on drugs made all of our cartoons? Like, obviously.
I mean,
You don't get ideas like that in a normal fucking mindset. You just don't.
I thought most of the people who made cartoons in the 80s were people who wanted to sell shitty pieces of plastic that looked like those cartoons. That was the motivating factor behind a lot of that.
I mean, yeah, but the guys that actually drew this shit and designed this shit and actually came up with the stories behind all this shit.
I mean, He-Man, that's probably fucking comes from like some...
I mean, I guess you could say it's like Flash Gordon. Just
well, I don't know about that. It's like, it's almost like... I don't know, to me, the connection I make is like the movie, well, I guess, to the comic book, though, Heavy Metal.
I remember seeing that when I was a kid, feeling like I shouldn't be watching it.
Yeah, I had that experience too.
I've actually never seen it.
Oh yeah, it's not great, but it has its moments.
what I've heard, so I just don't watch it.
Yeah. I mean, did you ever see that South Park episode that was like
Oh yeah,
kind of based on it? Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's
That's all you need to see.
Cat pee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
They're on drugs.
Shit.
But I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you can go back and check out, and they were totally on drugs when they made that shit.
I mean, it was more widely accepted though too.
I mean, like
but I mean, like
don't the seven dwarves all represent a drug
I've never heard that.
or something like? Well, what Disney?
That's going back even further though than that would have been like when the hell was that? That was made in like the 40s or some shit, I think.
And that's
40s or
like
50s.
that's like based off of like old folklore too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, in the original stories, the dwarves didn't even have names. Like it's just those fucking dwarves.
Just 7 midgets.
Yeah, that's right. Banging that pretty white girl.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if she banged all of them.
Yeah, dude. Didn't you ever see that porno 7 into Snowy?
No.
It was a good one.
Did see the Clerks porno.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Is anything good?
It's like I'm not even supposed to be here today. Like that.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Pretty
for what it
sweet.
is.
Yeah. Pretty goofy.
Who stars in it?
I have no idea, dude. Vivid made it.
Yeah.
There's a Silent Bob character, and she doesn't make any noise when she's getting banged.
All the characters are like gender reversed.
I'm not a Vivid fan.
I've seen clips of some of their other big parodies, and I wasn't really impressed. But this is pretty decent. Like I think they had their fucking their A-level writers on this shit.
I'll give it.
It's decent. So.
Speaking of stuff that I gave you on that thumb drive, did you ever watch that Black Mirror?
What was that?
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
What is?
It's a British TV show. It's a series. It's like two seasons or series as they fucking call them, and each one is like three or four episodes, I want to say. And basically, the idea is it's all stories set in the near future, and it's just about exploring the idea of how technology is changing the way we live. And so,
Getting him to watch anything is a pain in the ass.
oh really?
Yeah, he's like I've given him all kinds of shit that he just refuses to touch, like Faulty Towers, Red Dwarf. I've been telling you to get some Red Dwarf.
Is this true? True.
Bad Education.
I mean,
show.
That's yeah. But I've seen Faulty Towers. We watched like the first 4 episodes together.
Yeah.
Didn't finish it.
Saxondale. You haven't watched all of Saxondale.
I gotta say though, like I don't understand people that just have time to just sit around watching shit all the time. It's like every time you get downtime, why do you want to like leave your own brain, like stare at something, you know?
Because you want to experience a story that somebody else
I mean, I make
has made the
movies,
effort
I
to
get it.
craft.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but every time you get downtime,
You can multitask. Like you'd be
No.
doing other
if
shit.
you're gonna watch a movie, you watch a movie by yourself with no distractions, including a cell phone, everything. Like none of that shit. I don't even eat half the time when I'm watching a movie I want to watch. I don't even eat. That's how you watch a movie.
What about TV shows?
TV shows, it depends. Like for Curb Your Enthusiasm, I would get very ritualistic about it like that, but it has to be a really good TV show. Really, really fucking good.
Have you
Not
been
that Breaking Bad shit, don't care.
Have you seen Gotham yet?
No, I hear it's good.
It's
God.
good. It's good.
So tired of HD good shows that keeps people in chairs. I'm so tired of it. It's so addictive. There's always a cliffhanger. It's like, yeah, go outside. Get up. Get up and move around. You know? You know?
How often do you go outside and move around?
Well, they make us run.
Yeah, but you're working, dude. That's not like recreation.
Well, I'm just saying that it's not always in my downtime that I want to just sit and watch something.
Like, when was the last time you just went for a walk on your own time?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, you're sitting here preaching about, like people going outside and not watching TV. When was the last time, like, in your free time, you just went outside and did fuck all?
Yeah, but if you don't do that, you can't call me out either.
Yeah,
When
but
was the last time you did that, Drew?
Yeah, but you don't do it either.
Okay,
so you
look,
can't call
let's
me
just
out.
make something clear. Nobody at this table goes outside. Like, you don't go, period. And your excuse is that you dropped a fucking car in your foot. So you haven't done shit all outside since.
No, I've eased up since it's fucking gotten cold, but I was going on regular fucking runs, like 2-3 days a week, up to like 25 minutes, up to like a 25-minute run.
Well, fuck the outside aspect of it, but I'm right about every other part of it.
I don't know about that.
And like, especially when
So what do you do with your time then?
What do I do with my time?
Yeah.
Fucking, who do you think's running Cold Meal? Who do you think's getting all of that sorted out?
Okay, so you were off today, right?
Yeah.
What did you do today?
Well, we had Primus, so I didn't do fuck all.
But that wasn't until like the evening.
Yeah, he just woke up.
Well, I woke up at like 3.
Oh, that's all right.
4.
Yeah, I sleep in. Yeah. I've been doing the night shift thing since I was like 17 years old. This is who I am. I sleep.
You were off Monday though, right?
Yeah.
What'd you do Monday?
Just fucking going over this shit. Talked to Adam Reed.
Who's that?
The guy who wrote Catharsis. Yeah, dude.
That means nothing to me.
Exactly. I'm doing shit you don't even know about yet.
So you talked to a guy.
Yeah.
What about?
About Catharsis.
We're supposed to be shooting soon.
Yeah, we're supposed to be shooting this movie soon.
Okay.
But I'm doing that kind of shit. And then I've
Yeah.
got all these fucking ideas that I'm working out for fucking kinks too as well.
I see.
Like the
I talked
Satanic
to him
movie.
on Facebook about video games a couple weeks ago.
Talk to me about video games?
Adam Reed.
Oh, that's cool.
So I've been doing work too.
Right. But no, like I got those satanic movie ideas that I was fucking kicking around too. And I do all kinds of shit. Like I wrote a song this week.
Really?
Yeah. I know you fags gonna hear it. I write them for me. But yeah, I do all kinds of shit like that. I don't like, especially when I'm hanging out with people, I fucking hate. It's like, oh, hey, Bob, I haven't seen you in 6 days. Oh, let's sit down and be quiet and watch a movie now. It's fucking lame. Who wants to do that?
We watch wrestling.
That's completely different. There's a lot of participation involved with that.
Wait. So what's the argument you're making right now?
I don't know. If you're going to eat and I listen,
I'm trying to listen.
I don't feel like making the argument.
What's the point you're making?
Well, you were following me all along until you started eating pretzels. And now you're like, wait a minute, what's going on?
No.
Are we doing a show or what? But no, what was I fucking saying? Oh yeah, well, when I haven't seen somebody in a long ass time, like,
Yeah.
the last thing I want to do is sit down and fucking, like, I only see you 2 days a week, if that.
But like watch them on your own. That's all I'm saying. You can watch them on your own. You don't need me here for that. I've already seen them all.
I mean, I guess so, but why does it bother you that I don't watch movies? It doesn't bother me that you watch movies. I don't care.
Because like
You watch more movies than you write. I write more movies than I watch. I understand.
because it was a thoughtful gesture on my part. Like I brought those over for you to enjoy because I thought you'd like them.
I gave you my Zappa DVDs. You didn't watch them.
I couldn't watch them. I tried to.
Oh, your Xbox doesn't play a DVD?
It doesn't play those DVDs.
Oh, whatever.
Neither does my computer, dude.
Whatever.
I'm serious.
Plus, I offered you a DVD player to take with it.
Huh?
I offered you a DVD player to take with it.
I did have your PlayStation. I guess I could have watched them on that. I didn't even think about it then.
No, you didn't care.
Yeah, because Zappa sucks, dude.
Well, that's way more important. That's way more important.
What's more important?
Frank Zappa.
Yeah, but I like Brickhounds more than I like Frank Zappa.
Well, Frank Zappa's way better than Brick Cops. He'll teach you way more.
He'll teach me more, but I'll definitely laugh more if I watch Brickhounds. And I enjoy laughing more than.
Maybe that's our problem, dude. Maybe that's our whole problem.
Our problem is me liking to laugh, liking laughing.
Yeah, too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much laughter, Bob.
Why don't you make yourself laugh?
You're always a barrel of laughs. All you give a shit about is laughing, dude. You're addicted to it. You got a problem. You need to work on your laughing, dude. But lock it up in a cabinet. You can't have any
See,
laughs.
plus you act like you're all about comedies. You gave me some gay emotional shit, dude. Like, I give a fuck.
Like
You're
what?
like, oh, here's this really funny comedic actor, but he's doing something really depressing.
Like what? What are you talking about?
That fucking, oh, God. You know I'm not going to remember his name because he doesn't matter in American culture whatsoever, but that guy.
Steve Coogan?
Yes. He doesn't fucking matter in America.
Dude,
but...
he matters everywhere he goes.
No. See, I like how you were able to remember his name when I insulted him. Did you notice that? Because you were trying to put me on the spot because you knew I wouldn't remember his name, and I got you back. See that? See that? He's like, who? I have no idea. I go, that guy who doesn't matter.
Well,
Steve Coogan, goddammit.
Well,
That's how that went.
I also gave you that movie Her to watch
What's that?
with Joaquin Phoenix.
That's pretty fucking great.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Ugh.
And I wanted to talk about it.
And Wrist Cutter's a love story. Just that title. No.
Dude,
No. Wrist Cutter's a love story.
it was a good movie.
Oh, whatever.
Isn't that one
And
with
Tom Waits is in it.
Tom
Oh.
Waits, yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy from Almost Famous. The kid.
Is that the one with the what's his nuts from Go Over Bordello?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's where, like, you kill yourself. You go to kill yourself world. Or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
I kind of dated a girl for a little while who kept trying to talk me into seeing that, and then I finally did, and I was like, it's all right. I was a little underwhelmed.
Well, the other thing, too, is he likes the gayest stuff. Like, what was it? Goth Girl? What the fuck were you watching?
Lost Girl.
Lost Girl. Yeah.
I like Lost Girl.
Fucking Lost Girl. It's like Vampire Girl and shit.
There's like no vampires.
What the fuck is it then?
It's like creatures from folklore. Like they actually exist in the real world.
And she's lost.
She's a succubus. The main character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that's not something I suggested that you watch. I know that you probably wouldn't like that.
My point is that's what you like, and you're like, watch these movies.
I'm multi-dimensional, dude. Like I can like a lot of different shit.
Yeah, but come on.
Just because I like something lame like Lost Girl doesn't mean that I'm not capable of
You know what else
liking
he tries to get me to watch?
What?
WWE's reality TV show, Total Divas.
Oh
Tries
my
to get me to
goodness.
watch fucking Total Divas. Does this guy even know me?
It's a tight show.
No, it's not a tight show.
At least the first season was.
It's dumb bitches being dumb bitches.
I can't
dude.
speak for like.
They're getting
season
paid
two.
for no reason. They can't act. They can't talk. They all dress like whores. Straight up, they dress like fucking strippers. Every one of them.
That's their job, dude.
Yeah, that's not interesting to me. And then, like, what? I'm supposed to watch it and they get into a fight. I'm supposed to care.
They don't always fight. Sometimes it's heartwarming what's going on.
Well, then that's even lamer. Because one day they're fighting and the next day they're all nice and shit, dude. What's that about?
Whatever.
Total divas. Bunch of spoiled, rich, attention whore cunts standing around looking like strippers, bitching. That's all it is.
See, dude, look how fired up you are. You'd love watching that movie or that show.
No, I wouldn't.
It would get you fired up.
It does, but not in a good way.
Yeah, but sometimes not in a good way is the best kind of way to get fired up.
No, I would not like that fucking
Yeah,
show.
dude. Like I used to watch Here Comes Honey Boo Boo and Gallery Girls for the same reason. It would just get me fired up. And just like full of hate.
So I was
I'm
gonna
ready
say
to do
maybe you
shit.
should tie him down and make him watch Honey Boo Boo.
I've seen Honey Boo Boo.
But watch more of it.
That's not even the worst. Like, people act like that's the worst one.
Dude, watch Gallery Girls. There was like one season of that. It was.
How about My Super Sweet 16?
I mean, the worst,
Sweet 16.
the worst ones, hands down, are the ones that are like successful. Those are the worst ones, hands down. Because people act like it's not on the same level as Honey Boo Boo.
Like
But
what?
it's-
Like Duck Dynasty?
Duck Dynasty, fucking all that shit, dude. The fucking Project Runway.
Dude, I love Project Runway.
That's all those whores, right? And they're trying to be the next, or no, America's Next Top Model, I guess I'm thinking of.
Yeah, they do like a co thing though. Like the designers from Project Runway will put their clothes on the models from America's Next Top Model, and they combine. Like it's each a separate show, but like they use each other.
Mm.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, just all that shit.
Like I don't watch America's
Jersey
Next Top
Whores,
Model.
like that was terrible. Just the popular ones that people act like are good when they're just the exact same fucking thing.
You know which ones I can't stand?
Mm.
The ones that like focus on like religious people. Like there's a show like that comes on after Raw called it's something Chrisley.
Oh yeah. That was the one that I was watching for a minute when I had cable. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Because that guy was just so obviously acting, and I was just like, this is so terrible.
Yeah.
This passes for fucking reality.
And then like 19 Kids and Counting, where they're just like shooting out all these fucking kids. Just because they don't believe in contraception, I guess.
Well, it's like...
And then they go into like having money problems. Well, of course you fucking have money problems. You have 19 kids and more on the way. That vagina's gotta be wrecked, dude.
How
Could
do
you
people
imagine?
though like give a shit about like bad like people? Why do people care about a story that's not well written and actors that aren't acting good playing it out?
Because it makes people feel better about themselves. They see shit like that and how awful it is, and they're like, well, at least I'm not like those assholes. And then that gives them a little bit of a serotonin release that they're doing something right in their lives, and they don't feel bad about how shitty their lives really are.
What do you think?
What are you talking about? What kind of shows are you talking
What
about?
am I talking about?
Yeah.
Dude, he's just focused on those motherfucking
He
pretzels.
is, dude.
He's just eating them pretzels. He's going to
What am
town.
I talking about?
What kind of shows are you talking about?
Reality shows.
I don't think most of those are like written in the same way that you like.
They're fucking written.
No.
Okay. Yes,
okay.
they are.
No,
Because
no.
you
Here,
don't show up on
hey,
set.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
Okay. I guess
Most
it's not a
most of the
pretzel.
writing is done in the editing. Like that's a lot of the writing in that shit
They
takes
don't
place. in
show
the
up without a script. They don't show up with people getting paychecks with expensive equipment without some idea of what the fuck's going on.
I don't think it's written in the same way
It's
that traditional
outlined at
shit
least.
is.
At the
Well,
very
yeah,
least, it's
yeah.
outlined.
There's bullet points for
Well,
sure.
yeah. That's not reality.
That's writing improv, though.
That is. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But it's not even writing improv. It's like you just say we're gonna talk about shoes, and then you do it. You like my shoes? It's just like it's so agitating to me. You just have to have such a low level, and then people like. I fear that people won't even be able to watch a movie in 10 years.
Why?
Because they're used to this reality entertainment. And it's easy to figure out. It's fucking bright and it's HD. They're all pretty. So that's all people want.
Dude, it's just a trend. It's gonna pass.
It's not gonna pass, dude. It's been going on for like fucking 14 years now.
I mean, I don't think it's as huge. Fucking high budget like scripted shit is trouncing that shit right now.
Yeah, dude, Big Bang Theory, for sure, is the most watched show on television.
That's not even a good show.
I like that show. I think it's funny. Like, I know it's uncool to say that because, I don't know, nerds get a hair up their ass about it, but I think it's funny.
Minstrelly.
I just don't care. It's lame to me.
It sounds like you care quite a bit.
Everything I've seen of Big Bang Theory was just very lame to me, and if it wasn't cool to be a nerd, that show wouldn't be cool. Pretty much is how I feel. Like with nerdy shit, there's so much awesome stuff they can use as conversational material, points of references, themed episodes. How do you fail with that? They're all nerds.
So it's good business.
It's just obvious.
If it's so obvious, then why didn't they do it before?
They have done it before.
What's what?
Freaks and Geeks, half the show was nerds.
Yeah, but that was nowhere near as popular as this.
Well, no, because it was better. People are stupid. They don't like having to figure things out. And they don't like being wrong when they watch movies. People don't like being tricked. people are dumb. Everybody wants to live in a world where they're always right. They're stupid.
So like, you think the thriller genre is just it's gonna die out?
The thriller genre?
Yeah, of like movies and TV shows because
It
everybody has
seems
to be
like
right.
it seems like person to person. Like I'm not denying that there's like an intelligent population out there that's keeping all the stuff I like afloat, but person to person, most people you meet, like when you go over to people's houses, what do you see on the television? Reality shows, video games, sports. All you see on people's TVs, ever.
But I feel like there's also a lot of rich storytelling and art going on in video games. Like I feel like you can be an intellectual and play video games.
I'm not so sure about that. It's too self-indulgent.
What do you mean?
Video games.
How so?
It's not. It's not benefiting anything.
It's storytelling. Storytelling, it's immersion, it's art.
Yeah, but it's like it's. Oh well, let's see. Okay, you define a good video game as being one that has a lot of replay value. So basically, the better a game is, the more time is wasted. It's not a very good hobby or art form. It's wasting people's times by tens of hours.
But is it a waste of time if it's enriching?
I mean, on an outsider's perspective, yeah. Because, like, sure, someone looks like they're, like, immersed in this game, but what's really happening is that they're sitting in a chair. That's all that's really happening.
But how is that any different from like taking the time to watch a movie?
Or listening to an album.
Because albums,
I like going to a
albums and
concert.
movies are in concerts too. They're not. They don't take weeks and weeks. They end. Concerts end. WoW does not end.
WoW doesn't end.
Well, it's a different story.
There's a lot of games that don't end. Those are the best games now that most people like. The ones that don't end.
I don't know.
Free roam, man. Free roam, bro.
But even those games, like you run out of shit to do.
I mean, yeah, but they don't really end. Still do shit.
But there's a story that ends within the game.
Yes, but the game goes on, and that doesn't stop people from continuing to play it.
Like I mean, I don't play like Fallout or Skyrim like.
No, but people on Facebook still post about Fallout because they're still playing that shit.
Well, I don't know if it's that they're still playing it. I think it's just like it's such a big deal for the fans that like joking around about it is fun. So, because like I know like John, our friend John, like he'll post Fallout stuff, and like I like Fallout, so like I like it because I can relate. It's funny to me. I'm not sitting there playing the game all the time, but like I know what it is and I can relate.
I mean, I play games, but what I'm saying is like, as an art form, it's just asking for far too much of your time. Like video games take too much away from you to indulge in.
But that's not like that's personal because like you can spend like 25 minutes a day playing video games and that'll satisfy you. You can stop and then pick it up the next day. But it's different for someone else, like someone else will sit there and play it for hours and hours and hours on end. I think it's subjective. The experience is subjective.
I think most people do play them for hours on end.
Yeah, but I don't know if that continues. Because like they'll usually stop after the story's over. Unless it's something like WoW. But I don't know how many people are still playing WoW. And plus, like, there's also the competitiveness to it nowadays because there are professional gamers who go and they play video games against each other, and it's becoming like a big spectacle, like a spectator sport. So there's definitely providing an entertainment value there.
But that's not good.
Why is that not good? What separates that from like going to a concert or going to a sporting event?
So many things.
I mean, there's people who want to watch it and want to pay to watch it, and it's a competition.
Yeah, but why?
For entertainment.
Yeah, but these people that play these games, they didn't invent the game. They had nothing to do with the creative process of the game. All they did was buy it and play it.
Neither do baseball players. Like the only thing, like baseball
They're
players.
physically doing something.
So are video game players.
I guess we have totally different like ideas
Because
of what doing.
They're
Something
manipulating
is.
the media just like baseball players or football players do.
What do
They're
you mean?
playing the game. They're manipulating what's going on in this scenario.
But they're actually doing something.
Yeah, but so are video game players.
No, they're
actually
controlling something that's doing something while they stand or sit.
and athletes are controlling their bodies to do something.
But they're not standing or sitting in one spot.
So that's not what people are watching. They're watching the screen of the things going on.
So you're telling me that athletes in video gamers are on the same level.
No, I'm saying that video games are growing into a spectator sport.
Yeah, but I said that's wrong, and you're defending that that's wrong.
What do you mean?
So I said, well, that's awful. It's an awful direction to go into this society.
I mean, that's one opinion. I don't think it's wrong. But
You think it's healthy for people to take more interest in some jack off playing a video game than a concert? Like
if that's what they're into.
have we hit a point in society where people are more impressed if you're good at a video game than a musical instrument? That's pathetic.
That's one opinion.
Like all that is lazy shitbags with no talent in society taking over. That's all that is. And everything they can't do is just.
But they put a lot of time into honing their skills in the game.
It's a video game, Bobby. It is what it is.
What does that mean? It is what it is.
Well, like I could hone my skills at spitting up into the air and catching it in my mouth, but I'm still just spitting and catching it in my mouth. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, but people are
It's
willing.
nothing beautiful.
Yeah,
It's nothing inspiring. It's nothing that the human spirit is supposed to revolve around. Video games are just not that. They're not supposed to be that.
But I think not yet. Okay, but I think the direction that it's going, like it is more artistic, and it is getting to be like more story driven, and there's a richness in the art, and it's building and building and building, so much so that people are gathering around to watch it and pay to watch it.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's wrong.
Maybe not like now. Maybe now that's not a good thing, but I think in the future.
Why is it so wrong?
Why is it good? How is that good for evolution? That people are going to stop caring about real art and start watching.
Nobody's saying that they're not caring about real art anymore. Like I still play video games.
Who's to say video games aren't real art?
I didn't say they're not real art. That's not what I'm saying. But I think that if we hit a point in society where people would rather watch someone play a video game than play an instrument, then we're doing something horribly wrong. We're losing something in our hearts if we actually fucking do that. Anybody that would rather watch someone play a video game.
Why can't we do both? Like what?
I'm saying if
like we
you're,
went to go
I'm saying if you're a human and you would rather watch someone play a video game than play a musical instrument, then you're just like you're gone. Like you've lost a part of what makes you a human being. You're now an extension of a robot.
But I don't feel like that
Like-
there's any of those people who can't like both. You know what I mean?
There's people who can like both, but I mean, have you noticed though that people that play a lot of video games like the shittiest music?
Not really.
Because all they listen to is like pussified, smooth around the edges, video game soundtrack shit. That's all they ever hear. Like the NHL 13 soundtrack. That shit sucks.
Yeah, dude, it's awful.
So imagine like an 8-year-old kid that plays that game along with the Madden with the shitty soundtrack, along with NBA that has a shitty soundtrack, along with the wrestling game that has a shitty soundtrack,
But what
along
about
with the UFC game that has a shitty soundtrack. They're sitting there 8, 9, 10 hours at a time, just looped shitty music. How is their brain going to be developed enough in the music portion to where they can even handle like jazz?
But what about the kids who are playing like Castlevania or Metal Gear Solid or Final Fantasy? These games with these really, really good soundtracks.
Because that's bullshit, Bobby, and you know that most of these kids are playing Call of Duty and Madden. So I don't know why you gotta go there. I don't know why you're there right now.
Well, like, I don't play Call of Duty, and I never played Call of Duty growing up. I was always interested in, like...
That's what people are playing.
That's what some people are playing.
That's what most people are playing.
I don't know, man. Like, I think... Like,
Drew, what did you play growing up?
what do you think is going to sell more copies, dude? Like, the new Madden or the new Metal Gear? Like,
Well, the new Metal Gear will.
Like, I've never really, like, looked into those stats, but I'm pretty sure more people are going to want to play Metal Gear than they are going to buy the new Madden.
Yeah. But there's still more... Okay, well, like, Metal Gear is one of those games that it ends. Like, the story ends. You have to replay the story or you can't play.
Mm-hmm.
But with all those other games, they don't end. Like Call of Duty.
The new Metal Gear is probably going to be open world, though, so I don't know if it's going to end.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Plus, there's going to be that online where... And online never ends.
Yeah, but the other games... Okay, well, GTA technically never ends, but the story ends.
Is there a story within the online game?
From GTA?
Yeah.
Like, kind of. But, I'm just saying that, like, all these Call of Duty games and stuff, like, they don't end. And it's not... Like, we keep getting derailed because you want to play devil's advocate. But I'm trying to speak on society here.
But, like I mean, even Call of Duty... Even Call of Duty has a story mode.
Yeah, but it sucks. It's not well performed. It's not well written.
How do you know? Are you playing Call of Duty?
No, but I've seen these guys fucking play that shit, and it's like blah 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 Marine. It's just like it's the most basic fucking Predator dialogue bullshit ever.
There's not a lot you could do with military storylines, dude.
Yeah, that's why idiots play them and watch them.
Metal Gear, we play that.
That's completely different. See, like, are you trying to, like, make a good show here, or are you just trying to argue with me? Because are you so fucking retarded that you just tried to say that Metal Gear and Call of Duty are the same thing? When we did a whole show about Metal Gear, like, are you just antagonizing, or are we
For the record, I don't know the difference.
Are we trying to get to a real ending to a conversation here, or are you just, like...
I'm just continuing it, dude.
It would appear so.
I'm liking the conversation, though. Do you not like the conversation?
I like the conversation, but why are we taking up valuable seconds in life to where I have to tell you there's a difference between those two?
I know that there's
Why
a
would you even structure that sentence?
I'm just saying shit, dude.
Jesus. Completely different. But what'd you ask me earlier? What games did I play growing up?
Yeah.
I played a lot of, like, fighting combat style games. I played wrestling games.
Throw out some titles.
I played wrestling games. I mean, I was too young to play all the shitty ones that you guys had, so we actually had good ones.
Throw out some fighting title games.
Well, I played the Mortal Kombat Armageddon. That's probably the Mortal Kombat game I played the most.
Okay.
And then hockey games I've always been into, and I guess the occasional Rockstar game. Red Dead Redemption, some of the other GTAs. Metal Gear Solid, though, is the big series for me that I played. That, you know, when those games come out, like, life actually does come to a halt, because that guy, though, that makes those games is a fucking genius. Like,
he's a genius. He's an artist.
Yeah.
And
but not all games are like that.
Let me ask you now this then. I'm looking around the room here. In what way do those games influence your taste in music?
What do you mean?
Because you were just making this argument that kids playing shitty sports games with awful soundtracks aren't going to know what real music is.
Well, that's still true.
How?
yeah, because you just said that, like, you play hockey games, and look at your great musical taste, dude. Like,
what, the Marx Brothers? Is that what you're pointing to?
no, like Zappa, White Stripes, Pink Floyd, The Doors. Like, you like good shit.
Man.
Well, the other thing too.
That first Marx Brothers album was the shit. But
Yeah.
They really had a sophomore slump.
Yeah, they were great. Yeah.
You got a jazz trio right there.
Well, I also got into music. The other thing though is that, like, I was always into video games, but I picked up an instrument when I was a young man. Before my brain was done developing, I picked up a musical instrument. So that section of my brain just got all this fucking exercise from a young age. And there's people that go younger than I did, and they're, like they just have it in there. They know, they hear shit and they know it's familiar to them.
Like
But kids that don't pick up an instrument because they'd rather play online, and all they hear is shit, all they're ever gonna know is shit. Like Blake has the worst musical taste in the world. You ever listen to what Blake listens to?
not really, no.
Oh, it's awful. It's the worst musical taste in the world.
What does somebody who's been exposed to awful video game soundtracks listen to for music?
Because I've been exposed to awful video game soundtracks, and I never picked up an instrument, and I still have pretty good taste in music.
Yeah, but you also like crap.
I can appreciate crap. I do like crap. I'm just well-rounded though. Like,
but I mean,
but like my core stuff, like the stuff I'll never stray from, is like true,
yeah, I know
like
that.
musical art.
I know that, but
Like if Katy Perry like puts out a banger, yeah, I'll bang to it. But like that doesn't have any like staying power.
yeah.
I can recognize like pop art from like real art.
Yeah.
And like I have no trouble differentiating between the two, as a person who's never picked up a musical instrument and was exposed to shitty video game soundtracks.
All I'm saying is that the argument you're making might be a little bit specious, and for the rare individual whose whose taste in music and art more broadly is influenced by immense hours spent playing video games, like, you know what?
I think it has more to do
We
with
need,
the
you know
TV
what?
stuff.
We need people to work in factories sometimes. We need people who have no aspirations to do anything important.
But I agree with you that we do need the worker ants and the worker bees. But if
Not everybody's going to be enlightened and fucking make.
But
and
if
be
there
a
are
creative
less
content.
and less and less of us every generation, what's going to happen eventually? It's going to be a bunch of people that just want to sit in their fucking house and play video games and listen to video game music.
You think it's turning into idiocracy?
It's so close to being there, dude.
I don't know if it's close to being there, but
It's pretty fucking close. Like, a lot of the stuff in Idiocracy has already come true to some extent. Like, all the cuss words and obvious, like, trying to make your dick hard during a commercial. Like, in Idiocracy, it was over the top, you know? Like, big-ass fries. But, I mean, they're starting to cuss in commercials now. And, like, they'll actually say fuck in a commercial. They'll bleep it, but they'll make it so obvious someone said fuck. And then, like, people are naked now in commercials. So,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
they've
it's
been-
already happening there.
they've been doing it in Europe for years, dude.
Yeah, but not, like, here. Like, that's done. Plus, like, that society is mature. They can handle it. Janet Jackson's boob falls out, dude, like the stock market crashes. You know what I mean? Like, they can handle it as a society. They weren't babied like we are. But it's just, and it's in bad taste. Over there, there's like an artistic merit to it, I feel, whenever I see it over there. But over here, it's just in bad taste. It's always in bad taste.
I mean,
It's like sex scene pistachios. It's awful.
Do what?
It's like a commercial now. It's like sex scene pistachios. It's like sex scene Paris Hilton Hardee's cheeseburger. You know how fucked up that is? To make food sexy?
dude, that's been going on in advertising for years. That's not a new thing.
Yeah, but that's like...
Babies, puppies, and titties, dude. Like, that's what they teach you in like, advertising school.
Is that what they teach you?
I didn't study much advertising.
Yeah.
My education was kind of geared towards the idea that I was going to work with, marketers who were going to tell me what the fuck they wanted.
And it was always babies, titties, and puppies. Or like a variation of those.
I'll take any logo I can get at this point. I don't even care what it is anymore.
That being said, let's get some puppies and some babies and some titties on that logo. People like it more if there's tits, dude. That's just a fact.
We are almost at, here we go, 60 minutes.
Keep it
It's an
rolling.
awesome news magazine series.
60 minutes?
Yep.
The show. Too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
So, midterm elections were yesterday. You want to talk about that?
No.
Not at all.
No.
That's the important one, dude.
Well, here's the thing. George Carlin on voting. And when you people come back from the polls, I'm sure your country will improve immediately. I, on the other hand, will be doing exactly the same thing you're doing on election day, except that when I've finished masturbating, I'll have a little something to show for it. George Carlin voting.
Yeah, but I'm not looking for instant gratification when I vote.
What do you look
I'm looking for a process. You know, in hopes of people doing their jobs and speaking for the people. Like, I know that it's not
You
gonna-
completely lost your fucking mind.
Mhm.
Went to one little fucking Willy Wonka show, and you think that the world's good now?
Dude, that was yesterday. That was before the show. I voted.
Still, though, man.
Like, I
What
voted.
makes you think it's gonna get good?
It's not gonna get good. I mean,
Look at how much money all the bad people have made. Why are people gonna come in there and not make that money? Why would they do that?
I don't know.
It's not gonna happen. And if it does, we'll die. That's the way it works. You get garbage in, garbage out. If you ever get somebody good, they're killed. That's what happens.
So you just have no faith in the,
No, I'm never voting again. Ever.
Never?
Nope. Nope. Meaningless. Terrible.
Don't you want to see an assassination, though? Just, like,
See one?
yeah, like, like if a guy that you have faith in actually makes it, wouldn't you like to see his head blown off on live TV?
Well, I voted for Obama, but since he's a corporate cocksucker, his head's still not blown off. See, if he was actually in there trying to change something, they would have shot him. But that was all. It was all bullshit.
I think there are a good number of people who think he is changing things and do want to shoot him.
Yeah, but that's just because they get riled up.
How do you feel about Barack Obama, RJ?
Oh, I had so much faith. But,
I knew he was another lackey.
why do you say that?
Because he's from Illinois. It's the most corrupt state in the union, dude. There are no good politicians that come out of Illinois.
Yeah, he was just like a fucking senator or some bullshit. It wasn't like he was a fucking governor or a mayor and sucking the mob's dick.
No,
He had a really fast track.
no. See, when the mob
he
was
was-
running things in Illinois, things were good.
Well, dude, he had a very fast track. He was very obviously handpicked and groomed for this
Yeah.
after George Bush, you know, because they needed somebody who could handle it. You know, George Bush couldn't handle it.
I don't know. George Bush,
He couldn't even talk.
he couldn't talk, but I don't think that had anything to do with him not being ready for it. I think that was just old Georgie boy. You know what I mean? Like, that was just him.
Still, though, man.
I think he was so clueless that he did a better job than, like, most people put in that position. Just because he was so aloof and didn't give a fuck.
You think he did a better job than most people put in the Oval Office?
No, I mean, like, put in his position.
What do you mean? President?
Then yeah, like, as far as, like, corporate puppets go, yeah, he did a pretty good job.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant like a good president.
No. There's never going to be another good president. Because, like you said, they keep getting killed. Like, they killed the Kennedys.
You don't have to kill that many people.
Like, Ted Kennedy was a dickhead anyway. They didn't need to kill him.
You know, though, like, you don't really need to kill that many people. Just a couple of good ones, and people get the hint.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, shit. Wow, that's what happens. what happens when you do that? Maybe I will take that job in Wall Street. Bullshit.
So if we're, like, what I'm getting from you is that we're doomed either way.
Yeah.
So what's the point of going on?
Because they're letting us.
No, I mean, like, what's the point of, like, going on with life?
Because they're letting us. It's a pretty, it's not that bad of a ride, really. I mean, if you want something real out of this life, it's a terrible way to go about it, yeah. You should totally just throw yourself and go to DMT land.
But things are too good here for anybody to really give a shit about what's really going on.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, the
Like
day will come when it's too late.
It's like the Roman Empire, dude.
And they'll bring down some change that we really don't want, and nobody will fucking, like, this has got to be the most expendable generation of all time.
You think so?
There's, like, no skill, no insight. We're all playing video games. And they're all like, you know what would be cool? You can go to the Savage Center and watch people play video games. That'd be cool. And then I'll sit there and I'll film it with my fucking smartphone after I paid to get it. How come every time the lights change tonight, smartphones popped out? Like, can't you watch a concert?
And you wanted me to take mine out and take pictures for you.
Just like two.
I didn't want to be that guy, dude.
Me neither.
That's the real reason I didn't want to take any pictures.
That guy was sitting everywhere in there, dude. Did you see the two dumbasses that showed up late,
Yeah.
sat down right in front of us,
And immediately just
and
popped.
they just started filming the show?
Yeah.
And another guy, he took a selfie of himself. Pretty sure you could see me in it. And because I was looking down at him like, what's he doing with his phone? And then I saw something like over his shoulder in the selfie. So I hope it's like a snarl. But he takes a selfie of himself at the show, posts it on Facebook, and then he can't stop checking his Facebook to see if people liked it.
Yeah.
And I was sitting here watching him like, I fucking hate you. So glad you weren't here at the beginning.
Like, I made one post about it during intermission. I didn't take my phone out again.
Dude, I just don't understand why people were... It's like every time the lights changed, they pulled out their phone. You know? Every time...
It's because it's something new.
Lighting at a rock show is an exciting thing.
Yeah, but
Gotta keep them people up.
who the fuck's gonna go home and sit around and look at their friends' pictures?
No one. It's not for them. It's for other people.
It is. It's to make people jealous. It's to post it on Facebook and go, look how cool my life is. All you see is what I post. I don't post the part where I stubbed my toe and fucking called my mom and she made me cry. I don't post that part. No. Nobody posts that part. I don't post the part where I jerked off.
Drew, did your mom make you cry?
No.
Okay.
She's okay. She's doing good. But yeah, it's just smartphone people are just so fucking annoying with that shit. So annoying.
I agree.
You know what I hate?
And also, there was a sign on the door that said no photography.
Mm-hmm.
See,
It was below eye level though, so I could definitely see people not noticing it.
I mean, I don't think that I could have made it in a band. Because I'm the kind of guy where I would stop a show just on principle. Be like, I'm not kidding. One more iPhone pops out, I'm leaving. Walking off this fucking stage. Teaching all you people a lesson right now. You need to know that you had a life before the smartphone. You need to live it.
That's like some Axl Rose shit right there.
It is. I don't think I could have made it. I wouldn't have made it.
You would have gone into hiding for a decade and a half to write your fucking
My fuck you to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
your opus. What is the word I'm looking for?
Chinese democracy.
Yeah. To write your magnum opus and
That was his magnum opus.
It was. That was supposed to be the shit.
Yeah, that wasn't.
No. Very forgettable.
Poor actor. He got fat.
well, it sounded like a lot of people who had like gone in and like listened to this shit earlier on thought it was pretty decent, but from what I heard, a lot of the problems was that he kept trying to, like, shit would take so long for him to finish up that like the what was happening in rock at the time had changed,
Yeah.
and so he kept trying to like update it to like keep current.
But that's not what people want to hear from Guns N' Roses.
Bad idea. He should have put like 3 current songs on it. Like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Made the rest of it fucking whatever the fuck he felt like making it. Well, you know, you look back at those bands that did whatever the fuck they wanted on their albums and didn't care what was in, and those bands set trends.
Yeah.
You know, like the Beatles. Beatles never said what's going on in music right now. Like they never fucking did that, dude. They just went and
They were what was going on in music.
yeah, well, I don't think that they tried to be what was going on in music. I think they just went and made an album without caring like what anybody was doing. They were focused on their own shit. And everybody was like, oh my god! And then you got all these fucking Beatles spin-offs for 3 or 4 years until they came out with another album. And then all those bands would suck and die. and then they would do it again with Sgt. Pepper.
Well, I think too, like most artists, they were, you know, rooted in and built upon their own influences, which was shit that had, you know, come and gone 5 to 10 years before they even fucking released an album.
Yeah, Robert Plant actually says that.
Shit they were, you know, the shit they started out covering.
Yeah. Or Robert Plant actually says that. Says everybody nicks it.
Yeah, now they're getting sued.
Are they?
Yeah, for Stairway to Heaven.
Oh yeah.
How?
Because there's a band. What the hell was the band? Is the band called? Is it like Falcon or Eagle or some shit? But there's this
Falcon Eagle would be a sweet band name, dude.
There's this band that they toured with for a short time, and they had a song where basically there's one little section of guitar that sounds a lot like the opening to Stairway to Heaven.
Huh. And what, they just now figured that out?
Well, no, I guess like
This has been going on for a long time.
yeah.
Huh.
Let me
Well,
see.
all the old blues men, they sued Led Zeppelin because like Led Zeppelin would say, yeah, we wrote fucking When the Levee Breaks. And they clearly did not.
Right.
What's another one? Whole Lot of Love, they didn't write. Days of Confused, they didn't write.
Spirit was the band. Let's see.
They all nick it.
They do.
October 21st, headline from Time.com says Led Zeppelin loses first round in Stairway to Heaven lawsuit.
Damn.
And then from the same day, from Business Week, Led Zeppelin isn't actually losing the Stairway to Heaven lawsuit. So apparently nobody can fucking agree on what's happening.
Wow. Alright, I'll be right back. Don't talk shit on me.
Where you going, dude?
Get up here.
He always just leaves right in the middle of shit. Like he wants to accuse me of not caring. And he's going to get.
Bring me a beer.
Oh no, you want a beer.
Only if he's gonna like listen and actually bring it. I might change my mind by the time he gets back.
He'll bring it. What's going on, RJ?
No, not much. Just trying to figure out what it's gonna take to get my fucking life on track.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How's that working out?
Not great. I'm not probably not as motivated as I could be.
Maybe you have low T.
You know, I thought about that for a long time.
What's low T?
Low T. Low testosterone.
Oh.
Like it's
also low T.
Oh. You want T too?
No.
But yeah, dude, like we're getting old. Like that's
punning it
something
up.
that we should probably worry about. Our testosterone levels dropping.
No, because it's normal for them to drop. You're not supposed to be 17 and 30 at the same time. I'm sick of this unnatural bullshit.
I don't know, dude. I really like getting boners.
It's not natural to carry bright, flashing, high-definition shit in your pocket that you can stare at and occupy your time any time of the day. It's not healthy, too addictive. Need to get rid of that. What was the other thing I just thought of? What was the other thing?
I don't
Tell
know. You
us.
didn't vocalize it.
No, the thing that I just said that we got to get rid of that. Low testosterone. Yeah, we got to quit fucking with testosterone levels. God damn it. We got to quit with the plastic surgeries and the Botox. All this unnatural shit that we can't handle. Got to stop video games with bad music. People just need to go see Primus, dude. God damn it.
All right, take it easy, Gramps.
People don't even know what fucking Willy Wonka is. People don't even know what Gene Wilder is, dude.
Who doesn't know who Gene Wilder is?
There's a lot of people that don't know who Gene Wilder is. You know, I called Walmart. And this was about 2 years ago. Called Walmart. And I said, hey, do you guys have Willy Wonka on DVD? And he goes, we have the Johnny Depp one. And I go, you don't have the Gene Wilder one. He's like, no. I go, the Johnny, I seriously, we had like a heart-to-heart because I started to get pissed off at the guy. But I go, that one sucks with Johnny Depp. That one fucking sucks. Why do you have that one? He's like, I don't know. I like the Gene Wilder one too better, man. So, yeah, we kind of like bonded for a minute because he liked it better as well. But
You're talking to one of the Duke boys.
this is just, he's one of those factory video game playing Walmart guys.
Yeah, but he likes Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
The original.
But he can't talk all that good. I like Gene Wilder.
I don't know a lot in this life, but what I do know is I like Gene Wilder.
I like working at Walmart, and I like Gene Wilder. But no, it's...
As a matter of fact, I think that might be one of the townspeople from South Park.
What, Gene Wilder?
No, the voice you're doing.
Oh, yeah, totally. I've stolen... Dude, there's that one night at work, I went to some voice, and you go, what? Well, why did she talk like Eric Cartman?
No, you said that to me.
Did
About...
I?
Yeah, about...
That was... You did a voice?
Oh, because I was doing, that kid that I said sounds like Mike TV.
Oh, yeah. And I said, what, about Cartman? Yeah, I remember that now. Cartman.
You know, I'm gonna say though, for the record, I've only seen it once, but I like the Johnny Depp one, alright.
What?
Dude, get out of here.
What do you-
I mean, I honestly can't judge it because I've never seen it.
What?
I've avoided that movie like the plague.
Well, you have to see it.
Dude, do I?
Yeah, you have to see it.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, because that's the way things are for Drew. If there's something you don't like, you can't just ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist like any rational person would.
No.
The way I do. You have to see it and then hate on it. You have to waste your time actively hating on it.
He's even a hypocrite about that, dude, because he talks so much shit about like all the stuff that I like. And he
I
won't
love
give
Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter and fucking Tim Burton. I love those fucking people. Why wouldn't I go see it? Count Dooku's in it from Star Wars. That little sumbitch who plays Charlie. The kid who plays Charlie is actually really good.
I don't even know who he is.
I don't know either, but he's that little English boy with the blue eyes.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Dude.
That's the guy who plays Sherlock in the BBC series.
Oh, okay. I thought he just made up a word. But yeah, you gotta. I mean, you know, it was gonna be the shit from what.
No, dude, I saw the previews and I'm like, that's gonna be shit.
No, but
That's
at the
gonna make
time,
me-
dude, it was like it's Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka. And then I did my research.
I was pulling for Marilyn Manson.
Well, the guy who wrote the scripts said, called Tim Burton, and he said, you know, I've never even seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You want me to go, or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? You want me to go see that? And Tim Burton was like, you've never seen it? And he was like, no, I've heard a few of the songs, never seen it. And he goes, do not see it. Don't watch it. Write the script without ever seeing that movie. Then go watch it. And so that's what this guy did. The guy had read the book, the guy had heard a few songs through the years, and just wrote the script.
Mm-hmm.
Without even ever seeing Gene Wilder play Willy Wonka.
I don't see a problem with that.
I don't either, but the end result just wasn't Yeah.
I
Just
liked
a
it okay.
CGI filled piece of shit.
Yeah,
Build
dude.
a fucking set.
I liked it okay.
Why can't anybody build a set anymore?
That costs money,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Yeah, it costs money.
It's easier,
Things that are good cost money.
it's easier to plug in a computer.
Never gonna happen. If your scene is too expensive to shoot and build a set for, then you're too stupid to be writing a scene. So dumb it down a little bit. Just saying. You know?
So you think
If you
that
can't make it big, don't write it big.
So you think if that movie was dumbed down a little bit and they had like shitty scenes?
If they built fucking sets in that movie, that'd have been great. If they would have used camera tricks, filmmaking techniques, that would have been awesome. But it's not. It's like you're watching a video
But
game.
it wasn't
Then you
meant
watch
to be
people
that kind of
standing
movie.
in a video game, and then you watch more video game, and then you watch people standing in a video game.
You see, it wasn't meant to be that kind of movie. It was supposed to be a movie that made a lot of money and appealed to kids. It wasn't going for the artistic.
Yeah, but
Like-
Tim Burton made it, dude. Like, think of some of the sets he's built in his day.
Yeah, but
Like, think about it. Like, Edward Scissorhands, the way that whole little neighborhood looked, that was fucking awesome.
You know,
like, that's what he's known for.
that's what he's known for. But now he works for Disney.
Well, that's bullshit, dude. That's what I'm trying to say. It's why the movie was bad. But that's why I got suckered into watching it. I didn't watch it to hate it. It was a Tim Burton, Johnny Depp, Willy Wonka movie, dude. It looked fucking great on paper. RJ still likes it, though.
I didn't dislike it. Like I said, I've only seen it. I only saw it once, and that was in the theater. But
Also,
I
like,
was cool with it.
the Oompa Loompas are, like, kind of cute and doll-looking. That was the ugliest midget I've ever seen. Just the ugliest fucking midget.
They saved money by not having to paint him.
I can't afford to fucking, like, come on.
They can't afford that orange face paint, so they just got an orange guy.
Yeah, that's what they did.
You know a Tim Burton movie that was overly CGI that I did like was Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, there's a lot of CGI in that, but they actually built sets too.
Yeah, but they
Like the chair really moved and all that. Like that was all some intricate, awesome shit. Built.
I never saw it.
You've never seen Sweeney Todd?
I don't like movie musicals.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
You're crazy.
Next, you're gonna tell me you didn't see the Phantom of the Opera movie.
There was a Phantom of the Opera movie?
I didn't know that either.
Dude, that's a good movie.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. It's got that girl from Shameless before she was on Shameless. That's a good time watching her do her thing.
Oh yeah?
You know, I want to backtrack a little bit
Oh
Pipes.
god.
in response to, you know, what you're saying, barking about CGI. So many people shit on CGI anymore.
That's
And I think and acting like, oh, you know, doing things analog was so much better and blah blah blah. People did shit analog because that was the limitations of the technology. If they had computers, I'm sure as shit they would have used them.
Of course, but what makes a better movie? A built set that a real actor gets to really work with and interact with and feel a part of. What makes a better scene? That or fucking
Or a guy in a suit in front of a green screen. I
in
see
front of
what
a
you're
green
saying.
screen, like looking at nothing, talking to it. You know, like those movies where they have humans and cartoons interacting. Like that's how they make that shit, and that's why all the actors in them are always overacting, because they're not looking at Bugs Bunny just sit there. They're imagining Bugs Bunny. You know what I mean? And it just makes for shit. Every time makes for shit.
What about Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Well, didn't they have?
What about the fucking Mary
No,
Poppins and the fucking penguins?
Yeah, but that
Is
was
that
done,
pure shit?
That was done much different. The Roger Rabbit. None of that was green screen.
What'd they do?
I mean, they probably had like somebody in there playing Roger Rabbit, but then they just cut him out in editing and added the animation over it. But there was no.
You couldn't have done. I mean, that would have been a bitch to do. I think they might have just had somebody off screen reading his lines, probably. But
Well, I mean, there are several
it wasn't
times...
it wasn't easy or cost effective at the time to fucking just to edit a person out of a frame.
Yeah, but
How was
there's...
Space Jam made? I didn't make that.
Well, Space Jam is kind of half and half. But some of that shit's really bad CGI.
Yeah.
Like, some of it is. Not all of it, but...
But I feel like it's in the same vein as Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Well, all the Looney Tunes movies are. Like, they're kind of done that way, but... No, I mean... That's just like you can make a good CGI sequence or a good CGI scene. You can do stuff that's cool with it, but a lot of people, George Lucas actually said this in his younger years, which is like totally crazy because of what he ended up doing later on in his career. But George Lucas said that special effects are a tool to tell a story with. A story is not a tool to tell special effects with. But people want to confuse the two all the time just because they can. But just because you can have, and then he says a special effect without a story, very boring. There's nothing cool about it, really.
I recently just watched the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was okay, but it was definitely nothing like the original, couple. I mean, 3 kind of sucks, but...
Yeah, 3 was lame, but...
It was still better than the new one. I mean, I liked the new one. It was entertaining to watch, but it was nowhere near as entertaining as 1 and 2 Secret of the Use.
Yeah. 2 is my favorite.
2 is my favorite also.
I love 2.
Got Ernie Reyes Jr. in it, too.
You like him?
I do like him.
But,
Let's go to Pinot, gotta stick together, dude.
yeah, it's got vanilla ice in there, so...
Yeah, dude.
You faggots gotta stick together, too.
Yeah. Exactly. Dude, have you seen That's My Boy? That Adam Sandler movie?
No.
Is Vanilla Ice in that?
Vanilla Ice is in that.
Oh, what a shock.
It's pretty funny. Like, I know a lot of people like to shit on Adam Sandler because that's the new cool thing, too.
Well, he sucks now, Bob.
I don't know, dude. I saw that new one where, him and Drew Barrymore go to Africa on vacation. That was a decent movie.
Yeah, but he's already made that movie with her twice.
Which movie?
The Wedding Singer and 50 First Dates.
Those are 2 completely different movies.
No, it's them. He's a lovable loser. Falls in love with her. Can't have her. Gets her. Right?
No.
Is that pretty much it?
This was like an odd couple type thing, and they had kids, and they were at odds throughout the entire movie. And it was fun. It was a fun movie to watch.
Yeah, but what was that one?
Terry Crews is in it too.
No, the one where he had a twin sister.
Oh,
Jack
that
and
one was
Jill.
awful.
Yeah, Jack and Jill.
That was
yeah.
an awful movie.
See, come on, dude. And that came at what stage of his career?
That was a few years ago.
Yeah. This guy has no problem getting money. This guy has no problem hiring writers. This guy has no problem getting special. That movie had no special effects whatsoever. It was shot so bad. Dude,
Everybody has a stinker now and then. That doesn't mean you gotta throw Adam Sandler in front of the fucking bus, dude.
yeah, but his 5 movies before that were stinkers. And it's the same movie every time. It's always in New York. It's always
Now, are you just talking about the ones he starred in, or all of Happy Madison?
The ones he
stuff
starred in.
produced? Okay. Because the stuff he produces is still pretty good, like Grandma's Boy.
Yeah. That's better than anything he's ever done. Grandma's Boy.
But he did it. He produced it.
No, he's not in it.
Well, he's not
And
in
if he
it.
would have been in it, it would have sucked.
No, I disagree.
It would have sucked.
I don't know. It depends on
But
what
the one
party
with
you're
Jack
in.
Nicholson, that's fucking lame. That's a lame movie.
Which one is that?
Anger Management.
I kind of like it.
I didn't care for that.
It was terrible.
I got dragged to it with my friends.
I wouldn't say it was terrible. It's watchable.
Big Daddy was like the last breath of his career, to where he had any shelf life left to him whatsoever.
What about his
Anything fresh.
dramatic roles?
Well, I've never really
Cause like I really like
cared to
Spanglish.
see him be dramatic. I never really cared because he's always a pussy in his fucking comedy movies.
Maybe he's a pussy in real life, and that's what he knows.
I don't think he is a pussy, but he always acts like he's a pussy. That's another reason why I don't like him. Like he always waves like this when he's on the Late Show. He always acts like, I'm Adam Sandler. Really shy. I feel awkward being here after 25 years in the show business. Here, get the fuck out of here. Stay home then. That awkward, stay home.
He's got to promote his movies, dude. This is his life.
He doesn't have to make movies anymore. He's good. It's all an act.
Oh.
I'm Adam Sandler.
You don't think people are
I'm
just
really
using?
shy.
You don't think people are using him to make money anymore?
No. I think that when he makes a movie, it's just a scam now. He calls up all of his shitty friends that aren't doing shit either. And he's like, I'm Adam Sandler. We can all get in this movie.
And Nick Swartzen's like, okay, dude.
Yeah,
and there.
Exactly.
Dude, I liked Click. I just remembered Click. I like Click.
See, I didn't see Click. That's gay, though. I would never go see that.
But he is a pussy in that one, too.
He's always a pussy. He's a pussy in Happy Gilmore.
You know
Dude,
what?
he's a badass in Happy Gilmore.
No, he's a badass, like...
On the hockey rink, he's a fucking badass.
He's a temper tantrum throwing little bitch, dude. Like, think about when his girlfriend's breaking up with him. I think they're excellent finger paintings. Please don't go.
I wanna touch you all over.
Yeah, dude. Toe pussy. Then he bangs that Asian broad. Played by Bobby's mother.
You know what, breakfast?
You know what? I think I can name probably 3 Adam Sandler movies that I kind of dug.
Name them.
That Little Nicky's one of them.
Little Nicky is one of them.
That one's good.
The Waterboy.
Yeah,
Waterboy
dude.
is a great movie.
I like The
And,
Waterboy.
The Big Daddy's up there, dude. I'm hitting him.
Oh yeah, it's. I like Big Daddy. It's not. I'm not seeing it on here for whatever reason though. What the hell was fucking what was the other one? I don't remember.
What was the other one, RJ?
I don't
You didn't
know.
tell us what it was. We
Do
wouldn't
you remember
remember
what happens in it?
No.
That's no good, dude.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, it's bad.
You know what? Oh, okay. I only saw it once, but Punch Drunk Love. I remember being kind of cool.
I didn't see it.
It was dramatic.
But see, he's pretty good. I mean, it's the same guy over and over again.
Sucks.
I dug Spanglish.
And then, like, what do you ever do in Saturday Night Live?
That's true too. I wasn't really that happy with him on that thing.
He didn't do anything.
He always did. He did an annual Halloween thing on Weekend Update.
Well, he did a lot of songs in Weekend Update. Just about all kinds of shit. So,
Yeah, but I mean, his annual Halloween thing was he would do like.
Yeah, that was funny as hell.
Yeah.
But I mean, he would do that.
And this Hanukkah song.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
mean, he would write stuff like that, like Lunch Lady and shit. And they would usually he'd write a song and just stand there and play it in normal clothes, and somebody else would act it out.
Yeah, it wasn't funny unless Chris Farley was like.
Yeah, like there
there.
was nothing really funny about it unless somebody was in there helping him, like Kevin Nealon, backing him up on Red
Kevin
Sweatshirt.
Nealon
Yeah.
and
Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller, Chris Farley, like Lunch Lady Land wouldn't have been funny if it was in him doing the dancing or even David Spade doing it.
Yeah.
Did you guys listen to his albums that he put out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about those?
They're
Some
really
of them
funny.
were pretty funny. Yeah. Like
I-
the cult bit.
Yeah. Like the first one, like I can remember listening to over and fucking over again with my friends, and fucking just loving it. But it's like, I don't know if it's just grown stale or what. But some of that shit, like in the last few years, I kind of listened to them. And was just like, ugh.
That's because we
grown out
grew
of
up, dude. Like it's a
Yeah.
very immature.
But I have a friend back home who, like, to this day, will like recite Toll Booth Willie. And
Toll Booth Willie was good.
I mean, it was, but when you have a friend who just
Can't
that's
let
his
go.
that's his party trick is to recite Toll Booth Willie beginning to end.
Again and again.
I mean, I love the guy, but Jesus Christ, give it a rest.
Dude, he's gonna hear this and know you're talking about it. He's gonna hate you. You can never go home.
He's got a job. He's busy.
Toll Booth Willie was good.
But I mean, as far as that goes, like people recite, people burning you out and shit by reciting it over and over again. I have a cousin who did the same shit to me with Carlin bits.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I love the guy, but Jesus Christ, come on, give me,
Yeah.
Like I had
It gets to where when you're watching Carlin, you hear your cousin in your head.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just like anytime, almost any situation where something comes up that was referenced at any point by Carlin, like, well, like George Carlin says, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh goddamn, just shut the fuck up and
I definitely have
give
that phase.
give me an opportunity to like want to hear those fucking bits again.
I have a friend who does that with Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch Hedberg jokes have been ruined by people because anybody can do Mitch.
Yeah.
Mitch isn't hard to do.
Mitch is
Not a whole
easy.
lot to memorize.
Yeah, dude, one-liners, just bang them out.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to memorize, and it sucks, especially on like Facebook when somebody will mention Mitch Hedberg, turns into like a 48 comment fucking thread. People just being like, that tree is far away, and just shit like that. And it's just like, oh my god, who can't do a Mitch Hedberg, And then I hate it when stoners act like Mitch Hedberg is like the funniest comedian ever. It's like, just because he's you with a brain doesn't mean that he's the funniest comedian. Like, just because you're as high as he acts and sounds, but you're not as creative, doesn't mean he's better than like George Carlin or Sam Kinison or there's a lot of guys he's not better than,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, that kind of irks me too. Because I know a lot of stoners that just think he's the best just because he talks like a stoner.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even do a lot of drug humor, really. He just talks like that.
Yeah.
It's annoying, man. A lot of shit's annoying me during this show. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
You were annoyed before, like, we even turned the mic on.
Why are you going to bring that up?
I'm bringing it up.
Go ahead.
You were fired up, dude. You were hating on me hard.
Why?
Because I had low energy. But I told you, like, as soon as you turn on the mic, we'd be good. But you wouldn't believe me.
It didn't go like that.
That's exactly how it went.
No.
RJ, how did you see it going?
And I had to put you on blast because I'm tired of this low energy shit. I don't call you over to do a movie, and then when you get here, I'm like, hey, yeah, I don't fucking care. I'm not doing anything. I don't do that.
Yeah, but
You
when
don't do that.
But when you turn the camera on, when you turn the mic on, do I not deliver?
Yeah, but, if you had a high energy level about it, imagine how much better it could be.
You think Mel Gibson, the greatest actor of all time, like is always like upbeat and like wants to do a scene?
I thought he was the greatest director of all time.
He's the greatest everything of all time.
A guy I used to work with told me one day, came over to my house stoned. Says, dude, Mel Gibson, he's seriously like the greatest fucking director of all time. And he knew I'd react, and I looked at him like, what the fuck? And then he went, yeah, dude, yeah, he is. He was like that about it. Like, he was so ready to argue and defend Mel Gibson. And I was like, well, all right. Have fun thinking that Mel Gibson's better than Stanley Kubrick, you fucking retard. What can you do?
Oh, you know what? Speaking of Kubrick,
Uh-oh.
I started watching that fucking documentary the other night. I just couldn't make it through. It was just...
What, the one about The Shining?
Yeah.
That was a good one. I thought it was okay.
It was excellent.
Yeah.
I have a real issue lately with fucking YouTube style documentaries showing up on Netflix where it's just like We didn't even rent a fucking camera. We just took audio recordings of interviews, and then we put together some stock footage or footage of whatever the hell it is we're talking about, and just play that fucking interview over it.
That's the thing, though. Like, people don't always have a lot of money, but they do have a lot to say. So I'm okay with those.
I don't know, and
Like,
a lot of what the
I
shit
can-
they were pushing just felt like they were really fucking stretching. I couldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, there's always that. But, I mean, I think it's always cool to like listen to other people's opinions on stuff. And I can
So
just
you
kinda,
didn't even make it to the moon landing bit.
The moon landing bit? No.
That's the that's by far the most entertaining part of the whole documentary.
Huh. Tell me about it.
Basically, this guy says, "I'm not saying we didn't go to the moon. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that I believe through research that the moon footage was definitely staged because we didn't necessarily want to give away any secrets on what we did when we got to the moon or how we got there. We didn't want to show off our equipment, all this stuff." So all of the moon landing footage and photographs that we got to see on television at the time was staged. That's what this guy is saying.
Yeah.
So there is real footage and it's come out, but it looks so similar and all this. But like what they showed us that day was staged, and it makes sense because we didn't know. We didn't know if they landed, if they would just start sinking. We didn't know. You know, there was just all these things that could have happened, like on live television.
What does that even mean? There was real.
Eddie Izzard has a bit about that.
About what?
About going to, like, not knowing what was going to happen when you went to the moon.
Yeah.
I still have to show you that. I have the DVD. I'll bring it over next time. Dressed to Kill. It's a good one. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That's my favorite Eddie Izzard.
But so like he's saying that, and then he has good reason in his mind to believe that Stanley Kubrick was the guy who was hired to film that fake moon landing footage they put on television. His reason for believing that is that it's absolutely true that when Stanley Kubrick was making 2001: A Space Odyssey, NASA's in the credits.
Hmm.
So people thought that was a little peculiar. And Kubrick never said why NASA's in the credits. And then he made...
How are they credited? What are they credited with?
like special thanks to
Oh.
NASA, amongst many other people.
Right.
But NASA's in there.
Why
And
is that such a peculiar thing?
Because people are...
I would think those people know something about going into space. I'm making a movie about going into space. Maybe I should go talk to them and see if
Yeah,
they
but
can show
there's
me
no
some
record
shit.
that they talked. But he puts thank you NASA in the...
What do you mean there's no record that they talked?
Well,
Like,
nobody...
do you always keep a record of everyone you talk to?
Huh?
I don't know. Like, that seems like a normal thing to do.
Well, I mean, that's only
Not
one
keep
thing.
records
But
of
the
you
other
talking
big...
to
The other,
NASA.
well, the other big reason is that they... the jet... Have you seen Dr. Strangelove?
I did, and I just couldn't get on board with it.
It's pretty dry.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love... That's his best movie. You guys are crazy. That's his
I'm
best
willing
movie.
to take another look at it.
It's
When
comedic. Dude, it is comedic gold.
I
When
had
I
to
saw-
watch it in pieces, dude.
when I saw it, I just wasn't. It didn't grab me.
Man. I love it.
I almost
I
didn't get through it, to be honest with you.
I just glance at that movie. I can't stop watching it. I fucking love that movie. Such a good movie. So subtle. But,
That's
anyway.
another thing. There was a lot of subtlety going on, and, like, my ex-girlfriend was talking through it, so I couldn't really concentrate on the dialogue.
Well, yeah, then you don't... See, why are you trying to watch one of the greatest movies of all time with a woman?
I don't know.
That you're banging, no less. You don't do that.
I didn't know at the time. I was young. I was dumb.
Ugh.
I was full of cum.
Here's what you do. You rent a movie that you and your girl want to see. You watch it by yourself first. Then she comes over, and you act like you don't even... You know.
I did that with Lost.
Yeah, that's what you do. Then they can't ruin it. And they still got their gay movie time.
Yeah.
You win. But, so anyway, the other reason people think this moon landing shit's legit is because the plane from Dr. Strangelove. Now, Stanley Kubrick went to the United States military. This is all documented and true. And he said, can I see that plane? I'm making a movie, and I want to use that plane in my movie. They said, no, absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here. This thing's top secret and shit. So he was like, well, damn. I'll tell you what I can do, though. I'm going to go get all the information I can possibly find on this fucking plane. So any magazine that had an article about it, any picture released, he got his hands on. And like a fucking madman, like in one of the rooms they're making this movie in, he started like taping all of the pictures in sequence together up on the walls.
Okay.
Like trying to build what the inside of this plane would look like based on different photographs from different magazines.
Okay.
And he was like seriously like almost to a T whenever he actually built this model and he actually built the sets. And the military contacted him supposedly and said like, hey, by the way, that was not bad at all because we wouldn't let you see it, and it's pretty close. So a lot of people think that with those two ties, a military tie and a NASA tie, it's not entirely out of question that Stanley Kubrick filmed this footage that we were allowed to see of the moon landing.
Okay, so I'm still put off though by the comment about like the real footage has come out and it's very similar. What does that even mean?
Well, because like the idea would be that like, you know, they had a live feed of the real footage and it was like delayed. They were like, oh, what is what's going on? Like,
I don't know.
So you think like there was a live feed from the moon?
I don't think any of this. I'm saying what happened in room 237.
Okay, so the guy in room 237
I don't believe any of it, but it's all very interesting when you break down foreground projection, which is it's how you film a small room and make it look fucking huge. And it's real easy to do if you know what you're doing. And Stanley Kubrick...
Are you talking about forced perspective?
Well, they call it foreground projection in cinema. Because the foreground, okay, basically it's like in the beginning of your frame, you have something in the foreground, in focus, and then you have a backdrop.
Yeah.
It just makes it look gigantic.
Yeah.
We're talking about the same thing?
Well, what I'm talking about is forced perspective, which was used extensively in like Team America, where basically on a set you have shit that's closer to the camera is built to a larger scale than the stuff that's further away. So you can have like a really short depth of field in real life, but it looks like it's in like much deeper back than it actually is.
No, this was that's really cool though.
Yeah.
But no, this was like it's similar but still different. Like it just it's to get that like in Space Odyssey, you know, with the monkeys, those wide space shots, like those wide open areas in the mountain shots. That's how you get them. You have something like you have a sound stage that your actors are performing on. Just beyond that, you have something that's going to be a similar color but slightly off. Then you backdrop it, and it looks like you're just alone in the fucking in this big open space.
Mm.
But literally all the footage from the moon is using what appears to be foreground projection.
Mm.
So it's a little interesting because that was like a style that he perfected, and it's in almost every iconic shot. So who knows?
Mm.
Maybe even at the least, like he directed the footage and it's all real. I mean, at the least. I mean, who knows?
That wouldn't even make sense, though.
I mean, no, but
Why would you waste...
There's a lot of people, though, to think that he has something to do with it. I mean, I don't know, though. I don't like to take a stance on the goofy shit like that, but I think it's really interesting.
How do you think they came up with that line?
What line?
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I don't know.
Do you think he was like thinking of that on his way up?
I don't know.
I think they had it scripted, like it was written ahead of time, is what I think I've heard. But I think he actually not. But I think what they said is he actually fucked it up because it was supposed to be one small step for a man, and it kind of changes the meaning by omitting the a. But on the topic of like
Kubrick
faking things.
Orgasms.
Yeah, those two.
You ever faked an orgasm?
to get him to stop raping you?
I might have actually once. I don't know.
Like you just tired and you just don't want to fuck with it anymore.
Well,
How off topic is this? What you were just about to say?
very.
Okay, let's not even get into it.
Okay. So again,
Bob.
I'm gonna put a pin in it though. We're
You're
coming
always
back
trying
to
to
it.
turn our show into fucking Jerry Springer. What is the matter with you? It was like, yeah, so when did you fake an orgasm, RJ?
I'm a shock jock, baby. That's
You
how I roll.
are, dude. What is up with you? What are we, Howard Stern?
All right.
Black Mirror though, the it's an anthology series. So each episode is like I believe they're 60 minutes, like a self-contained film. So that in and of itself is reason to go ahead and start watching it, because you don't have to like follow any cohesive story. But the first episode is about the prime minister is awoken in the wee hours of the morning by a call telling him that the princess has been kidnapped, and there's a video. They call him down and they show him a video that's basically of her tied up, and she's reading a list of the kidnapper's demands. And basically what it is he has to appear on live television fucking a pig. And it has to be basically the way it's all they're like, there can't be any special effects or
This
camera
really
tricks.
happened?
No, I mean no, it's a series. Like I said,
It's fiction.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're telling me
This isn't 60 minutes.
You're telling me this. I'm like, this actually fucking happened. Are you kidding me right now?
No.
The prince fucked a pig on TV. What the fuck are you talking about?
No. It was the prime minister.
Yeah, whatever.
But no.
He's fucking a pig.
So
He's
it's like
nuts.
she's reading off all the stipulations in his requirements. Like there can't be any trick photography or special effects, and it has to be like all one continuous shot. And somebody eventually brings it, realizes that he's basically going off of Lars von Trier's Dogma 95 filmmaking, precept or whatever, where it's like it was apparently like a big thing where Lars von Trier and a few other guys laid out this whole thing that were about like filmmaking has to be realistic and shit, and any music that appears in a movie has to be present on set during shooting, and nothing can be added after the fact. But yeah,
it's my kind of guy.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. But and then they end up trying to do they line up a porn star who's going to, and they're gonna try to like digitally manipulate and put the prime minister's head onto his. But then word gets out, like it gets leaked, and the guy sends him a fucking notice or some shit. And I think I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it's fucking cool. I think you'd like it. There's a lot of cool shit in there. There's another good one. What the fuck is it called? It's The Entire Story of You, and it's basically about what you could almost consider like a, say 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th generation version of like Google Glass, but it's like at the point where it's all like implants. So it's like everybody has an implant like behind their ear. It's called grain because it's like the size of a grain of rice, and that thing records your basically all of your audio-visual stimulus, and then everybody has a little remote, a little handheld remote, and they can play it back because they've got like screens implanted on their corneas and shit, and they can just replay it back for themselves, or they can wirelessly replay it back on a TV in the room.
Wow.
And so like that small amount of technology, and just seeing how that just totally fucking changes society. Like the opening of it, the guy is going through airport security, and it's been implemented in airport security. So the guy's like, and the slang they use is redo. So he's like, can you redo the last 24 hours? And so he goes through and plays his last 24 hours, and it's like in fast forward, and basically their computer is going through and like doing like facial recognition on everybody that he's interacted with. And then he's like, okay, in the last 7 days. So he replays the last 7 days, and same thing. Computer's doing facial recognition on fucking everybody. And it's basically what it ends up being about. Because the thing is, he's just coming back from an interview or like a performance review for his job to basically determine whether or not he's going to keep his job. And he keeps replaying that scene over and over again, like over analyzing the other people's reactions to what he, to his answers and shit. And it ends up kind of being about what happens when, somebody with an obsessive personality gets a hold of that kind of technology, and they can just, live in the past nonstop and just, be completely, constantly overanalyzing and reanalyzing shit.
That's really interesting.
It is.
Holy shit.
And if I remember right, I think I want to say it was maybe Robert Downey Jr. or somebody else got a thing to turn that into a full, like a feature length film.
Huh.
But yeah, it's a really cool.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, watch that shit, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool.
I will. We are at 1 hour 56 minutes.
Jesus
Stretch
Christ.
another 4, dude.
Stretch another 4 hours?
No, 4 minutes.
Another 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't seen the viral video, but there's this viral video. We got into a debate about it at work, in which this girl is walking down the street, and the guy's got a camera, and it's just...
It's gonna be another 4 hours.
And it's just girls, like, what they gotta deal with walking up and down the street.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You've seen this?
I actually posted a parody of it.
I
The
saw
Funny
your
or Die
parody
one?
of it.
What?
The Funny or Die one?
No, not the Funny or Die one. I've seen that one too, but
That's
this
good.
one was
The girl's catcalled, right?
no, it was a girl in skimpy armor in Skyrim.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And like, it was just NPCs talking to this like sexy Skyrim character.
And I thought that was laudable because NPCs apparently don't give much consideration to gender.
Yeah.
And I wish more people would do that in real life. Like, if you're gonna address a stranger on the street, talk to him the same way you would as a dude.
Mm.
And that's basically where my argument on the whole thing comes back to. Like, because that original video, it's like every motherfucker has this lilt in his voice. Oh, good morning, good afternoon. How are you doing? You are beautiful. Brr, brr, brr.
Why don't you smile more?
Yeah, you should smile, baby. You got a nice mouth.
It's a very condescending tone.
It is. And like, if anybody spoke to me like that on the street, I'd be like, this motherfucker wants some money. I'm gonna keep walking. Like, I don't stop and go, hey, buddy, how you doing? Because the next words out of his mouth are gonna be, hey, you think you could spot me $10? No.
Yeah.
Except for with a woman, it's like her body.
Yeah. Hey, you want to give me some of that pussy?
I mean, the whole argument I was coming, and again, I haven't even seen the video, but they started to describe it, and I just went.
It is like when you watch it, it is pretty sickening behavior.
It is.
On the other hand, I will say though, on the other hand, if you were to just read a transcript of it, it looks like it seems like nothing, with exception to a few things like,
And there was a guy who followed her for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's creepy as fuck.
There's some creepy shit.
And he's just walking alongside her.
Doesn't say
How you
anything
doing?
to her.
Well, he does maybe
Yeah,
it's
in the
there's
beginning.
there's a couple guys, but there's the one he's like, so where are you going? What are you doing? Oh, you don't want to talk? You don't want to talk? Is that what's up? You don't want to talk?
I'm not good looking enough for you?
Yeah, it's so fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Drew. Say your piece. I don't want to interrupt you.
My
anymore.
whole argument on it was and I haven't even seen this damn thing yet. But my whole argument is that, it's not always bad to be attractive enough to get attention by simply walking. And like, yes, it can get bad, but more often than not, for most people, it is not bad to walk and just get attention.
Example. Like, give me an example of like.
Nobody gives a fuck when you walk.
That's true.
And
But if
I think that,
I feel like
you
if I was
know,
getting like unwarranted attention just for looking good, it would get annoying. And if
of course it would get annoying, but is it a bad thing?
yeah,
You know, cars
mean-
get annoying, but are they bad? No.
no, but I can block that out. Like if someone's being persistent, like following you around, and it gets to the point where it does feel threatening, then yeah, it's a problem.
Well, that's one guy in this video you said.
No, there's a lot of guys who definitely give off that vibe where I mean it feels threatening and it feels condescending.
But for the most part,
Like I don't like being condescended to, like for sure.
no, but for the most part, it's a good thing
How like well, I don't see how it's a good.
because it's attention. Who doesn't want attention?
I
Everybody
don't-
wants
I
attention.
don't always want attention.
Not always, 24 hours a day, but
And I mean that,
an abundance of something nobody gets is hardly a bad thing.
but I feel like it's the wrong kind
Attention
of
comes in more than one flavor, though, too.
Yeah.
It does come in more than one flavor, but I mean, you
Like
know,
if you were to watch this video, you would definitely see that it's the wrong kind of attention.
Like,
Well,
that's...
I also understand the editing process. Okay, they didn't put in 6 blocks where nobody said anything to her in the video. All right, I know the editing process.
Yeah.
Well, and the fact that you bring that up is noteworthy too, because there's actually been a lot of discussion, since about the fact that most of the guys that are shown in the video are black or Latino. Like they're relatively. I mean, there's a comment at the end about how many comments she got, and saying that it came from guys of all races and age ranges. But there doesn't seem to be many, if any, white guys.
I think I remember
Actually
seeing
shown in the
one
video.
Caucasian man
Yeah.
make a comment in the entire video. Like for the most part, it was definitely and like not just African Americans, but African Americans in groups
Yeah.
with each other.
Right.
I feel like the pack mentality definitely gives men more balls to actually say something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just dick swinging, Drew.
But there's just shitty people everywhere.
Yeah, I mean.
It doesn't matter how big of a group us 3 are in. We're never going to say anything awful.
Well, no, but that's the point. Like, we're not the majority.
We're not the majority, but what I'm saying is, like, not every guy that creeps you out on the street is going to rape you either.
But
I
some
mean,
might.
Yeah,
Some
like,
might.
And that's a really terrifying fucking thing. Like,
yeah, like,
that's the thing I would compare it to, and particularly for people who don't want to take it seriously, like, is think about being like an 18-year-old kid going to fucking prison and having to walk down the fucking row.
That's so. Like, why are men so demonized like that?
Like,
To be a woman and to walk down the street is to, like, be an 18-year-old boy and walk down the hallways of a prison. Like,
because it's the same feeling. Like,
it's
an
not the
18-year-old
same
kid.
feeling. One guarantees rape. The other does not guarantee rape.
There's no. I don't know that there's any guarantee of rape in prison, but I think there's that.
In that
it's
scenario
it's that
you
same
set
kind of,
up, I'm assuming this kid's getting raped. That's all I'm saying.
but it's
A
not
lot of
just that. It's like it's also the feeling of being defenseless because
right.
like a man could easily overpower any one of these women who are in these videos or making these videos because I have seen others from other women.
Right, but we're talking about stuff that didn't happen.
And men seem,
We're saying they could have, but did they?
no, but they do give off this very threatening feeling.
Most men, though, give off a threatening feeling, but are pussies.
Yeah, but that's
A
not
lot
the
of people
point.
around here talk a lot, but they don't do anything. I mean, that's just the human being. What I'm saying is, like,
Like you don't see
if
women
while they
doing
were
the same
making
thing,
this
though.
video, all of a sudden she got taken to the ground, someone tried to rape her, and she got rescued, then I would say, okay, well then there's some serious rape issues going on out there. But I mean, like, rape.
But it's a rape culture type thing.
When rape happens, though, like, it's more often than not, it's a molestation kind of a thing. It's somebody you know. It's a date rape type of thing. It's a party atmosphere type of thing. It's not typically a walking down the street in the daytime type of thing.
That's true. But there is also just assault, sexual or not.
Yeah, verbal assault, I suppose.
Well, I'm thinking
Like
I'm still thinking
yeah.
physical. Like, I mean, you don't know that somebody isn't gonna fucking like slam you up against a building and just like maybe like grind on your fucking thigh or something and like make you feel weird.
The point is, anybody, male or female, should be able to walk down the street and feel safe. And not threatened and not have to go through that. Like, we as men don't have to go through that. Like, we can walk down the street and be fine. We know nobody's going to say anything to us.
But what I was saying, jokingly, of course, this is like heel Drew talking. Like, well, they should try walking around and getting ignored everywhere they go. See how they like that. You know?
I mean, it's...
And then I proposed this idea to RJ.
Like
I said, you know, like, what if women were ignored for 3 days? Not one fucking man spoke or looked at one woman for 3 days in America. Like, do you think they can handle that? That's what it's like to be a man.
I mean...
No, see...
Like, nobody cares when a dude walks into a room anywhere. But people care when a girl walks into a room anywhere. Like, hey, there's a lady here, don't do that. Like, everybody's attitude changes when a girl walks into the room.
But that's the culture that they're trying to change, too. That's part of the culture that they're trying to change.
What do you mean?
They want to be equal. They don't want to walk into a room and have it be a big deal. They don't want to walk down the street and have it be a big deal.
But that's just...
That's the behavior that they're trying to change.
They want to be equal, but you can only make that happen on paper whenever we've got, you know, millions of years of biology going in one direction, dude.
It's not biology, though. It's societal. No.
It's societal.
There are totally matriarchal societies on this planet.
What, with animals?
No, with humans.
Well, yeah. But we're all animals, though.
Okay, but the point I'm making is that gender roles are a social construct.
Yeah, they are, but I'm saying you can only really achieve all that on paper. Like, you can't really go back and correct what we've become.
But he's saying that there are matriarchal.
I'm saying it's not biological. It's something that we've, as a society, kind of like just agreed upon. That this is the way shit is.
Yeah, but isn't there probably a reason for that biologically in our brains?
Then why isn't it happening to other people in other countries? Because there are, like he said, there are matriarchal societies rather than patriarchal.
I mean, I guess I don't know what makes one society cover them up and the other society fawn them. I don't really get that. But it's definitely from the same place in the head. Wouldn't you think?
I don't know.
I guess religion probably shapes a lot of that.
Yeah, I mean, the United States is a very religious country.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very religious country,
and
it's
a
also
religion
not down your throat with it. You're not being forced to go to church.
But there's always that Christian undertone to everything. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And in Christianity, women are put down a lot. They are subservient to men.
I was saying it more for like the other countries. You know,
what do you mean?
That are far worse to women than we are.
Some of them, especially like in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Like Muslim countries.
I was saying more religion affects that. Like, I think the whole freedom thing has affected like the women thing here more than like.
Yeah, but because we're more westernized, it's a different sort of oppression. It's not as overt as like a Muslim country.
I mean, can we just face facts? It's not that bad.
I don't know, man. I don't think, like, if you were a pretty woman, like, I think you have a different viewpoint on this, like, for sure. Like, I hate using the word like white male privilege.
Kurt Cobain was sick of getting attention, but was it so bad to be the fucking leader of a generation? Was it that bad?
That's a lot of pressure, man.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Gotta be a lot of pressure.
For Christ's sake. I don't know, man. Maybe people need to toughen up a little bit.
I agree that people need to toughen up, but like, but the types of things
like
that are going on.
Like a guy talk to you, it's not the end of the fucking world, you know? And I mean,
But it's the type of things that this guy is saying to you. He's objectifying you. He's not speaking to you as a person. He's speaking to you as a thing. And people tend to manipulate and break things. You know what I mean?
But how are you gonna stop that?
I don't know.
Because like, let's also like be
Get rid
fair.
of pickup artist subculture as a start.
Well, let's also be fair. Like, women are not the most consistent creatures in the world. Some days they leave the house dressed away and they want that attention. Other days they leave the house dressed away and they don't want that attention. You know what I mean? Like, let's call it down the fucking middle. Like, women do themselves up to attract a mate, just like men do. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's on a day where you're trying to attract a mate, but you don't get the one attracted to you that you want attracted to you, like, how much room do you have to complain in those circumstances? If I go into a bar in a Speedo, thinking all the hot bitches are going to run up to me, all the fat ones run up to me, like,
Yeah,
how much can I blame myself at
But
that
if like
point?
2 or 3 of those fat ones are super aggressive towards you,
They usually are.
no, I don't mean aggressive in a good way. I
Me
mean,
neither.
but like, how does that make you feel? Like,
Well, like, yeah, I guess I don't have
like
to.
you're
I
not
don't have
getting.
to be with that fat person. Yeah.
You're what?
I don't have to be with that fat chick.
I know you don't have to be, but what if they're persistent to the point where they're not leaving you alone, and they're not letting you?
They're not going to take no for an answer.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're saying, what if I'm about to be raped by a fat girl? That's happened too.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying, though?
Yeah.
Pretty much?
But now
So
imagine.
now we're in a scenario in which someone's about to be raped in a bar in Collinsville.
But also factor in the point that you can't defend yourself as easily as you would be able to if you were a man. You know what I mean? Like, if you're putting yourself in the shoes of a woman, like, you can't defend yourself against something like that as easily as a man could.
But you're acting like it's always a possibility or something. It's not.
It is always a
Yeah.
possibility.
It's not always a possibility. Not here, anyway.
What do you mean not here? People get raped here all the time.
In Collinsville?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, it's always like a date rape, party type situation.
Not
Someone
always.
You trust. You don't go to a bar and get raped in a bar.
Like, across the river, dude, like, it's a different story, and people are getting raped in bars over here, too. Like, have you ever been to Big Daddy's? like, there's definitely some rapey shit going on.
Nobody's getting raped, Bobby.
Yeah, people are getting raped, Drew.
In Big Daddy's.
Not in Big Daddy's, but, like, people are followed home. People are followed to their cars. Like, there are weird, aggressive people out there who do mean to do harm to people.
Big Daddy's being the place by the high school?
No.
Where's Big Daddy?
There's a Big Daddy's in Belleville and then one on the Landing.
What's a...
It's a bar. Where, like, all, like, the bro douchebags go.
Yeah, I'm not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know. People are getting raped going to their cars, Bobby. I just.
There are definitely people getting assaulted.
I
going to the
refuse to
cars.
like watch the news and believe that about the world. That's
You don't
not
have to
happening.
watch the news. You could just go there and see it for yourself.
Have you gone there and seen a rape for yourself?
I've not seen somebody get raped, no, but I've seen, aggressive behavior that's definitely unacceptable in a civilized society.
I agree with you. That's every bar. That's what happens.
I've been to bars where people are, like, incredibly respectful.
Of course, I have too, but those are bars, though. Like, bars have some assholes in them sometimes. It's a bar.
Yeah. But people shouldn't be assholes. That's the point.
But how the fuck do you stop that?
You create a culture where that's not the norm.
But there's always going to
You
be
create
more,
a culture
There's
where
always going to be more assholes than good people.
I don't know if that's true. I think if conditioned properly, for the most part, that could go away.
At the least be severely curtailed.
Yeah, like,
What did you say?
I
because
said at the least it could be severely curtailed.
the way things are going now, like, this didn't happen overnight. Like, we've been conditioned and trained to view women as, you know, beneath us as men. You know what I mean? Like they've always had subservient roles. They've
Yeah,
always
but
been
what
portrayed
what kind of okay? Let me ask you
as the
this:
weaker sex.
if you're trying to pull that bullshit, then okay, all these women want to listen to Miley Cyrus, right?
Okay. Not all
So
women, but
okay, most women, at least most women on my Facebook feed, like some Miley Cyrus, like some Britney Spears, like some shit. They like music that degrades women and makes women look stupid. That was written by men for women. They like it. They see nothing wrong with it. When Miley Cyrus got bent over at the VMA, saw nothing wrong with it. So I mean, let's call this shit what it is. Like,
That's a stage performance.
oh, for fuck's sake, RJ. It's a stage performance.
that's
Yeah.
part of the problem too. I mean, it's over sexualization, and that's part of the problem as well.
But I mean, like, women that want to stop over sexualization of women listen to Miley Cyrus.
I don't know anybody. I don't know any real feminist who listens to Miley Cyrus.
No, but if you take any woman and you say, hey, wouldn't you like it if, like, you know, you guys weren't so over sexualized in our culture, they would say, well, fuck yeah, I like that. And then they're still gonna listen to fucking Miley Cyrus.
Well, that's because they're idiots.
That's most people. That's most everyone.
And
It's like the redneck who's like, I hate niggers, but this system, you know, I kind of like getting with them a little bit, and it makes my bass sound real good. You know, it's like the same fucking thing.
I understand that, but that's going on because we've been conditioned to act. Not we, but those people have been conditioned to act that way.
But that's like,
and that includes women and men.
I guess
agree
that's a
with
lot
that.
of my point is like this whole like, what do you expect? Plus, it's not even that bad anyway, kind of mentality through that whole subject. Because I mean, you can't tell me a bunch of dudes are buying Miley Cyrus albums. You just cannot convince me of that. Nobody can convince me of that.
I understand.
I nearly bought it.
Huh?
Bangers is a tight fucking album, man.
You didn't buy Miley Cyrus.
I almost did.
You almost did?
Very nearly. On iTunes. I'm still thinking about it off and on. Some good shit on there, man.
I get down on some Katy Perry for sure. And she has like a really rapey song about aliens.
I mean, yeah, they all have really fucking.
But that's
like Rihanna and Nicki Minaj are so popular.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, you can't tell me dudes are buying that shit.
They're puppets, dude. They're puppets of the patriarchy.
It's fucking.
They're keeping us in the hole, dude. They're keeping us from enlightenment. That's all controlled by men.
That's my fucking point, though, dude. Like, you're over there on your soapbox about what women want. And I'm like, no, they want Miley Cyrus to win more fucking Grammys. That's what they want. So it's all just this inconsistent mess.
But it's a big... But don't you see that as, like, a problem?
Plus, like, let's look at all of the most popular fucking shows on television, like, pertaining to reality TV. Like, it's... You know, like, are men watching these shows? I don't think so.
We just talked about how I watched a bunch of them.
You are a weirdo. You are strange. What are you doing over there, like, getting all pissed off?
I didn't want to hear about reality TV again. It's just...
He doesn't like backtracking.
We won't go back to that.
He's a very progressive person.
As I've made clear multiple times, there's a lot of pop culture that I'm just not interested in. Well, and I avoid it. I just pretend it doesn't exist.
Well, if you're going to pretend it doesn't exist, and then you're going to take a stance on what women want, then you're missing a big fucking part of the puzzle.
I don't think I need to consume all parts of popular culture to be able to.
You know what's going on.
I can know what's going on without having to fucking watch shit.
I mean, some things though are just you do gotta check it out, like Miley Cyrus twerking. It's like this has been on TV for 7 straight days.
To be honest, with as much exposure as that gets, it's hard to miss it. Like,
well, I mean, people were talking about it for like over a week. And I was finally like, okay, I guess I gotta see what the fuck this is about. And I gotta tell you, it was the most Illuminati fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. It was a whore. It was a little whore girl stripper getting naked with her stuffed animals and shit. and they were all dancing.
I thought it looked like a lot of fun.
Of course
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah.
You pig.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'd watched the fucking music video, and I was like, this is kind of cool, because I was like, she's collaborating with people who are doing weird fucking crazy shit, and I like weird crazy shit.
She's Billy Ray Cyrus's daughter. She's not deep, RJ.
Again, as I said, she's collaborating with people who are making some weird crazy shit,
But
and I'm
she
down for that.
sucks.
Based upon what?
Who is she collaborating with?
What the fuck was the guy's name? Mike Will or some shit? He's like a hip hop video producer or some shit that did the video for We Can't Stop. Did you ever see the video?
No.
Oh, it's fucking cool.
What goes on in the video?
It's just like it's like a fucking house party, but there's a lot of like just bizarre surrealistic bullshit like.
Is it like pyramids and eyes?
No. Like there's a scene of like what appears to be somebody's fingers getting cut off with a kitchen knife, and then it's like pink, almost like bubblegum blood just pouring out. But yeah, it's just a lot of like bizarre.
That's clearly some Walt Disney MK Ultra shit.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's definitely symbolic of something.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta do your research, man. The music industry is controlling people's minds. You know that, right?
I don't think so.
It's not just the music industry either. It's all an industry. It's anything that we consume.
Pretty much. Like, you know that, right? That they're totally, especially child actors and shit, holy fuck. You don't even know what they do. You have no idea. You should look up what Corey Feldman has to say about being a child actor. What he had to do.
I saw pictures from his birthday party and they were horribly depressing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
He's not in a good way.
He talks about how if you're a child actor in Hollywood, and just about any actor really, but especially the kid actors, then like he says there's a lot of child molestation going on in Hollywood. Everybody in Hollywood knows about it. Nobody in Hollywood talks about it. What he fucking straight up says.
If nobody talks about it, how do you set up meetings to fuck kids?
They don't. They know they want to fuck kids. They don't have to talk about it. What, you think they all gather in a room like, okay, so when I get the kid, I'm gonna spread his butthole first.
Well, there has to be a pecking order. Like
Well, of course there's a pecking order.
Is that already just pre-established, or
It's
they need to figure it out?
Like, they have to, like, as they're working their way up the Hollywood kid fucking corporate ladder, they have to know the benefits that come with it ahead of time. They don't have to have meetings over this shit. They're not Cold Meal Productions. They got their shit together, Bobby. They don't have to sit around having 6 meetings. They know which kids are going to be fucking.
I'll agree.
What do you got to say about that, RJ? I mean, you know they're all fucking kids, right?
Yeah, dude. Especially
as you
with
sit
like
there and chew that gum, you know they're all fucking little
they
kids.
gotta be. Especially with like all the reports of like kids coming out and like saying that they were molested and then like immediately retracting it. And
Yeah,
there's all kinds of like Demi Lovato, like all the Nickelodeon kids.
fucking Amanda Bynes just did that recently. Like recently she did that. She got let out of the mental institution. She was in the loony bin, Amanda Bynes. She recently got let out of the mental institution. Then she got on Twitter and just started going fucking ape shit. Like, she was flooding her own Twitter page, talking a bunch of crazy shit. Said she got molested by her dad and all kinds of fucking shit. Then she deleted it and said, no, I didn't do that. Or,
Yeah.
he never did that to me. I'm sorry. I'm just still sick, I guess. And she was like, said some bad excuse, and then they put her back in the loony bin.
Do you guys know who Lena Dunham is?
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creator of the HBO show Girls. Like, she wrote a book recently in which she describes molesting her toddler sister when she was 7 years old. And then, like, there was a little bit of outrage about that. And, like, she flipped shit and was...
Okay, I haven't read the book, but what is described in the book?
She describes, like, going into her sister's room and, like, masturbating next to her. She would pay her sister for kisses, to, like, kiss her.
Okay.
and she would finger her sister, like she would open her vagina, and you know, and it was all, sexual. It wasn't like exploration, like a kid, like a child's curiosity. I mean, even if it was still pretty fucked up. But this was all sexual. This is like it got her off. It was for sexual purposes.
Wow.
But in what world do we hold a 7-year-old, responsible for?
She wasn't 7.
I mean,
She was
Isn't that what you just said?
She was the other one, wasn't she? She wasn't the 7-year-old.
no, she was the 7-year-old doing these acts to her toddler sister.
Okay.
But I mean, I can remember being 7 years old and knowing not to do that to my brother.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Or even like my classmates that I was close to, like that was just always kind of.
Yeah. You need to keep your pants on.
Keep your pants off. Don't touch other people in their no-no zones.
Mhm.
Like.
See, in the 90s, we weren't fucking each other as kids.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I wanted to finger Topher when I was 7 years old.
But you couldn't.
I didn't do it because I knew it was wrong.
Yeah. You had good parents.
Yeah.
You had good parents. Overlooking the fact that you want to finger your brother. Yeah.
And then like there's arguments about her sister not complaining about it. Like she says it wasn't like emotionally scarring or anything, but like she was a toddler. Like you don't really have solid memories until you're like 4 years old. So
yeah,
like it doesn't matter like if you remember it or you're emotionally scarred by it. It's still kind of fucked up that you got fingered by your sister.
But it's more like what I did.
Who was yeah.
Yeah.
Who was like
yeah.
she was old enough to realize that was probably wrong.
You know, we only needed 4 more minutes.
I know.
This got juicy.
I know it's coming out.
Like I want to talk more about the child molestation, Satanism in Hollywood, because nobody's talking about it, and nobody listens to our show.
Well, no, because the people who talk about it end up in loony bins and dead.
Yeah.
Like everybody who's ever like talked about it has been immediately discredited by strange behavior.
Yeah.
I mean, Lindsay Lohan is another one.
Roseanne Barr is another one.
Roseanne
talks about this shit in vivid fucking detail. She says straight up, there's a mind control sex culture in Hollywood. She says that on like CNN in an interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still don't believe it. So we want to hear your
I
opinion
think.
on this. What do you think when you hear about mind control, Satanism?
Like, do you know about like fucked up experiments that the CIA has done with?
Yeah, are you aware
like
of this?
LSD, the MK Ultra program, like not even like with mind control stuff, but what was that documentary like we watched and we were completely mind blown by
The one that was really sad.
Yeah,
It was not fun to watch.
Yeah, but it was
called,
really good.
Human engineering.
Yeah, something like that. But it's
what was that called?
It basically like goes way back in history, and it just details like all these things that have just led to our indoctrination of the culture that we are presently in, and it goes into detail about like declassified CIA experiments with drugs and like all kinds of crazy shit.
Like the things they were doing to us, man, in the 40s.
Like they released a chemical cloud of gas over Minnesota at some point.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. You really gotta get down on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta see what they're really doing.
Okay.
Like this is what you're paying for. You know, people are like, oh yeah, they're putting in new roads. There's some new roads they're putting in. That's not what you're paying for with your taxes.
No, dude, there's way more money going
into the child molestation shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole documentary is real sickening because of all the eugenics propaganda that was taking place, like in the birth of cinema. Like a lot of the first movies had like this fucking like this passive eugenics.
Yeah. Kind
of a fucking undertone to them.
And
like,
it wasn't
some mutant character or something.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
They made them about Jews, about the inferiority of Jews.
Chris' pee just dripped in my head.
And this isn't like Nazi propaganda films. This is like American films, like early American films.
Dude, I'm from Kansas. I know about eugenics. That was like a big thing at the state fair for a few years.
Eugenics?
Yeah, like back in like what, the 20s and 30s and shit.
Yeah.
There was like God, what the fuck? I don't remember what the hell it was called, but they had a booth where they would do like testing on people to determine whether or not they were worthy of reproducing.
Man. Like, you know about that fucked up shit, and you're not willing to believe, like, with the advancement of technology, like that shit's not going on anymore, and like on a much larger scale.
I mean, of course it is.
Especially with like the 1%. You know what I mean?
Like
the people who have the money to do it.
Just like what they've added to the water, what they've added to the food. I mean, like all of our food's fucked. That's why they've got like big fucking they've got giant fucking like airtight warehouses and shit in Antarctica. Go look it up. With like non-GMO food in there, just fucking growing, like fields and fields of it, just growing. And every single day, this food is delivered to fucking certain people in the world. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
It's totally true. Bill Gates is on that list. I swear to God. Look it up! What are you laughing at me? This is my show! You will not laugh at me on my show!
Russell Brand has a YouTube news show now. Have you
talk
seen...
about the Bill Gates GMO?
No, but he does
fortress?
He does talk about GMOs and like where that money really goes.
It's fucked, dude. Like, they got all of our food jacked the fuck up. You know? Like chickens that never leave the cage. That's what you're eating. Well, you don't eat meat.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying?
KFC has chickens that aren't even really chickens. They're like grown in tubes.
That's a fucking myth.
No, dude.
Yeah.
I believe it. Are you kidding me?
Dude, you can't put a piece of KFC chicken in your mouth and be like, man, this is natural. This had a long, healthy life.
Well, no, it probably was fucking pumped up with hormones and shit. But that doesn't mean it was grown in a fucking vat.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, dude. I would put a lot of money on it.
It'd be cheap.
Christ.
You know that's why they changed the name.
Like, they even had that big thing about, like, they grew beef in a petri dish.
Well, yeah.
You don't think they're cloning steaks and chickens? You're crazy, RJ. You're out of your mind.
Yeah, dude. You're the weird one here.
Because I maintain a healthy dose of skepticism.
Like,
That's
you
so
should
crazy.
be a skeptic, but... You know, like, you should be a skeptic...
But accept everything you tell me.
No, you should be a skeptic about, like, the news.
You should be a skeptic, but
like,
you
when
should
you
also,
read a
like...
paper, you should be a skeptic. But
I don't read the paper. That's too much trouble.
But, I mean, if it's a declassified CIA document that says, yeah, we took over whorehouses in the 60s, and we built two-way mirrors in the bedrooms, and we dosed you without telling you that it was going to be LSD, and we watched you have sex on LSD, and we took creepy-ass fucking notes. Like, whenever that's declassified, you gotta look around. Say, what the fuck? The fuck? Like, your grandparents were alive then. What if your grandpa went to a whorehouse, he's on file somewhere? Fucking some bitch on acid. Think about that.
Oh, well.
Think about it, though, you know?
What of it?
Did you know Timothy Leary was on the CIA payroll? You know that? He was getting these massive groups together and going, yeah, man, fucking expand your mind, and fucking getting all these people to do drugs, and they were all being examined the whole time. So this is what happens. This is what you're capable of. You can do this.
What's wrong with that?
You're manipulating a population that you're supposed to be letting live freely. You shouldn't be doing that.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. Just giving shit to people and then observing and taking notes.
People who have no idea that they're taking LSD is probably a fucked up kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
You really think there was anybody hanging out with Timothy Leary that didn't
not with
unknowingly
Leary,
took?
But in the whorehouses.
The whorehouses, like...
And actually, Bob Dylan dosed the Beatles. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of that shit going on back then. It was fucked up.
Yeah. It was another time.
Well, you know, when your government's got it illegal, said, hey, you can't do that, and then they're going around sticking it in people and taking notes, that's fucking wrong.
In what year was LSD made illegal?
I don't remember, but I know that it was made in the early '60s, and it was supposed to be a truth serum.
No, it goes back a little bit farther. Like
I would look it up. My phone's about ready to die.
I think like 50s, maybe even 40s it was developed.
But I mean, it's like the government invented it. I mean, they knew what it was, and
They developed it as mind control.
yeah, like for that. And I mean, Ken Kesey, you know who that is?
Yeah,
He wrote One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
sure.
I mean, sure. Are you skeptical about that?
No, I'm saying
You don't believe
I'm aware.
me?
I'm
You don't
aware.
believe me that he wrote One Flew Over the
I'm
Cuckoo's
aware.
Nest?
I'm aware.
Do you think it was the L. Ron Hubbard Triangle cult of Zenthar? But he fucking took part in. He was one of the first people in the world to take LSD because it took place on his college where they were testing it. And they said, "You want to make some money? We'll test this new drug on you." And there's a documentary, and his recordings are in it. Whenever he's like, 19, 20. He's one of the first guys in the whole world to do LSD. And he's in a room, and he's just babbling crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about a frog, and he's like, "Hey man, hey man." He's like just saying "hey man" to himself over and over again and giggling.
Yeah.
Like he's out of his fucking mind. But yeah, you can actually listen to all that.
Okay.
I mean, the government gave it to him. They paid him to take it.
Okay.
But I mean, there's just all these awful things that, you know.
Should we get into the pharmaceutical companies too? How they're using antidepressants to control us?
Yeah, should we?
Maybe.
I'm not on antidepressants.
Huh?
I'm not on any antidepressants.
I know, but
You're not on it?
but we also live
No.
in a culture where they
Are
make
you on
you feel like
anything?
you need
No.
it.
Oh.
Don't you think that we live in a culture where they kind of make you
Take
feel like
melatonin sometimes, but
you need it, like all that shit?
do what now?
Do you think that we live in a culture where they make you feel like you need it?
No. I mean,
I feel like they're very broad in their advertising.
Like, come on.
Like
the pill commercials, come on.
Like they take these things that
Like
normal,
a natural part of life.
Yeah,
tell you
like-
we got a pill that'll cure that.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, you feel sad when your kids go to school.
Does your nose run when it's cold outside?
It's ridiculous.
We got a pill that'll fuck up your asshole but cure the thing you're having problems with.
Yeah.
Like almost everything nowadays causes rectal bleeding.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never felt like I needed to be on anything.
That's because you're not susceptible to advertising.
You're a skeptic.
Yeah, that's
Woo! All right, come on, people. 2 hours, 37 minutes, 47 seconds.
You want to wrap it?
You guys about done talking?
You want to wrap it?
You guys about done with your anti-woman
Dude,
moon landing?
it is like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you guys about done?
Yeah, I think we can.
You guys been sitting here talking about Stanley Kubrick and whores and people getting raped and child molestation, and you guys got into that argument about video games. It got real tense for a minute there. You guys about ready to
Yeah, I think we could wrap this one up.
you think so?
Yeah.
You want to do re me before we go?
What do you mean?
Do
Manzarek.
You can't do me? Or wait. What did we do last time? Fuck that shit?
Oh yeah.
We usually do fuck that shit, or fuck you, fuck off, go fuck yourself.
But last time RJ picked it and it was fuck that shit. We'll do that. One, two,
What?
one,
I don't know what's
How are you
going on,
planning to
dude.
do this?
Can we
two,
fix this in post?
Toads.
three.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit.